Welcome to New York Yankee baseball. From Yankee Stadium, the Yankees beat the Boston Red Sox. Participating advertisers are the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of light beer, everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Toyota hopes you'll enjoy today's game. You asked for it, now you get more than your money's worth at Toyota. Manufacturers Hanover, where it's banking the way you want it to be. Burger King, where you get the best darn burgers. All 100% pure beef. Pepsi-Cola and your local Pepsi bottler. Have a Pepsi day. Colonial Provision Company, the makers of Yankees Flakes with the taste that takes you out to the ball game. Con Edison, serving nearly 9 million people in New York and Westchester. The 70 greater New York area Midas dealers who say, when it comes to your car, don't compromise, Midasize, and the New York Yankees. Everybody, welcome to Yankee Baseball. We've got a few minutes to kill before the ball game starts. We've got with us the best pitcher right now in baseball, Ron Guidry. And Ron, I saw something last night as you walked in from the bullpen. The first time I'd ever seen a crowd give a pitcher a standing ovation before he'd thrown a pitch.
Well, that was nice. I think it did it once before the last time that we faced Boston over here. I remember walking in and everybody was cheering, and I was looking around for who they were cheering for, and I realized they were cheering for me.
How has the sudden fame affected Ron Guidry? Do you do the same thing? I know you're asked to do more interviews.
Well, that's true. It really hasn't changed personally. You know, everybody wants to know what's it like to go through a season like I've been having so far, and I try to relate what it's like. But basically, I'm still the same guy.
You know, I read in just about every article when they talk about Ron Guidry, they always go back to the time when you and your wife decided to quit. Is that a true story? Were you headed home to Louisiana and she changed your mind?
Yes, that's true. In '76, when I got sent down for the third time that year, you know, I had had enough. I was 26 and I couldn't afford to be talling too long in, you know, the major leagues. I had to get in some other type of job because I had to make a living somewhere. And when we started driving home, she hadn't said anything for about an hour, but she knew that I was heading home, and she just asked me, you know, is this what you want to do? And I said, well, if they're going to treat me that way, you know, I'm not going to hang around that long. And she said, well, if you quit, she said, that'll be the first time that you ever quit anything. And I said, well, if you want to give it one more shot, you know, I said, I'll go ahead and I'll try. And she said, well, do that. And if it doesn't work, well, then I'll back you.
Didn't look like it was going to work for a while down in spring training because you're really getting hit hard down there.
Well, everybody worries about spring training, but to me, it's basically a period where you get in shape for the season. So,
you know, I'm talking about remember the spring a couple of years ago when they had Whitey Ford working with it, you were getting hit pretty hard, and you had to come up with something to make that fastball move. Not this spring, because you had the spring before.
Well, that was the one in '76,
yeah,
if I remember right. Well, you know, Whitey was there, and we worked on a changeup a little bit. But, you know, like I said, that's the same thing. Every year I get there, and all I want to do is strengthen the arm, and I don't work with any pitches. And all I throw in the game is a fastball, and everybody just waits for it, and they hit it. But it's just to get in shape for the season, and when the season comes around, I'm ready.
Now, the slider that really made you the tough pitcher, how'd you pick that up?
Well, that all comes from all the help that Sparky Lau gave me in '76 while I was sitting down on the bench, not throwing in the games. I just, you know, went up to him one day and I said, Sparky, I'll never be a pitcher unless I get help, and I'd like to learn, you know, something on the slider. So every time that I threw in the bullpen, he was right behind me just to watch the flight of the ball, and he gave me a couple of tips, and you know, I started throwing it, and I got more confidence in it, and that's been the big difference.
When the fans start clapping, Ron, when you have 2 strikes on a guy, does that make you try to strike the guy out, or you just simply pitch the way you've always pitched?
No, I spoiled them for the California game, you know, and now every time I get 2 strikes, now they want a strikeout, but it's not that easy. And all I try to do is I try to give the guy a bad pitch to hit when I get 2 strikes, and get a ground ball, get a fly ball. Any way you can get an out, grab it. Now, the extra day, did it do you any good? Well, the extra day right at the end of the season like this, it's not going to hurt. And, you know, I've accumulated so many innings. I'm getting to wonder if my arm can really take the strain, you know. But we're going to see, because I'll be under the gun this year. And I just asked Bob Lemon last week for a day off, but I've been after him for about the last 5 weeks, and I wanted to make sure that for this big series that I'd have been ready, and I was.
Now, let me ask you something else. Somebody says that you can lift 400 pounds. Is that true?
Well, I think somebody misquoted what I said. A reporter was getting a story one day, and he was trying to determine why I threw so hard, and I just said that the legs had something to do with it, and I've always been strong in the legs, and I said that I pressed 450, but I think he put in the paper that I bench press, and there's a big difference between bench and leg pressing.
We'll be back some more right after this.
There goes Formula One pace setter Jody Scheckter. And there goes the Toyota Celica GT Liftback, official pace car of the Toyota Grand Prix of the U.S. at Watkins Glen, New York, September 29th through October 1st. And you can save $11.50 per person at participating Toyota dealers on admission tickets, reserve seating, and more. But act fast. Supplies limited.
Get your tickets at your Toyota dealers and save.
You got it, Toyota.
And here's our Toyota dealer of the day, Ed Meyer of Goodwin Park Toyota in Hartford, Connecticut. You asked for it, Goodwin Park Toyota's got it. This copyright program is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. Back here with Ron Guidry. Ron, good talking to you. You're going to win the Cy Young Award. You've got my votes now, and I'm sure you might be unanimous choice.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to try my best to finish up the year strong and help New York get back where it belongs. That's in the World Series and win another championship.
Good. Ron Guidry. He's won 22 ball games and lost just 2 this year with a 1.7 ERA. Now we've got Mickey Rivers coming in. Hurry up, man.
I'll wait on you to call me.
Mick, another great year. You had a little trouble, but you're back where you were before. You're stinging a ball, and you started last night's rally.
Well, Bill, it was like this, I was kind of hurt the whole season, in and out. My hand, cracked my hand, so I tried to get things back together. I know the team wasn't picking up, so I had to try to do a little something different, try to motivate the team to get them to running. Now I got them ready now, and my bat started to come around like I wanted now.
Now the play at third base. Did you purposely make that big turn to get Yaz to throw that ball over there?
Well, definitely. I wanted to score on the 2 outs. And I should have been running on Willie's ball hit down there, but I know I could make him. My leg was a little tight, I still got a pull growing, and I'm trying to work it out. And I feel like I get him to throw that way, with Yaz. He thought I was behind the umpire, He had a block out on the play, so I tried to trick him then.
Now, you guys are giving Boston a lot of trouble. You won 4 in a row at Fenway Park. You've taken the first game here. Can we write off the Red Sox, or will they be back?
Oh, the Red Sox definitely will be back, but we got to try to keep them down right now. We got them like we want them now, and we just got to try to keep the pressure on them. A team like that never keep coming back, They're always coming back and trying to get you. So the only thing we got to do is just try to stay on top of them.
Now, talking about pressure, of course, a lot of the offensive pressure generated by the Yankees starts when you get on base. And, of course, this makes the shortstop shorten up a little bit, the second baseman shorten up, and also the pitcher's got to watch you.
Yeah, definitely, Bill. That's what we try to do. I think that's the main thing in the ball game, especially with a team like ours. We got a little power coming back now, but now me and Willie got to generate on the base pad. We got to put a little pressure on the defense out there. And when we get them shaking up a little bit, now we can get our offense going, and then everybody started coming in, and then that's when we've been motivating ourselves. We've been motivating the team, seeing us get on, making them make mistakes, and then everything started turning around for us.
Why don't you steal more bases? Your first game here, you're stealing bases. Now you've backed off a little bit and decided, I guess, maybe because Munson and Nettles and Jackson are here, they hit the home run. You don't have to run as often.
Well, not really. I ain't been feeling up to good shape yet, but I'll be starting running next year, and running at the end of this year, I'll finish up running a little bit more and picking up a couple of stolen bases, and then next year I should be to my top peak.
Now it's beginning to rain just a little bit here. Will that affect the ball game at all? Say if the ball game is played, will that affect your running? Maybe it might get a little muddy out there in the spikes?
Well, not really. I ain't been running that good anyway, but we just trying to make the team make the mistakes, I've been in and out on the mistakes, and then I'll capitalize on it.
Mick, a question I'd like to ask you. Is there a difference? Billy Martin, of course, won the pennant with the Yankees a couple of years ago. He won the World Series last year. Now you're playing for Bob Lemon. As far as you're concerned, running the bases aggressively or getting a sign or not getting a sign, are you playing the same, or is there a difference with Bob Lemon?
I think it's a difference with Bob. I like Billy, and Billy let me on my own, and do a lot of things. I think Billy motivates me a little bit more, but right now, I know what I got to go out there and do now, so Bob helps out.
How about the Milwaukee Brewers? They're coming in here. They've beaten the Yankees 9 of 13. They'll be here Monday and Tuesday nights.
But we'll be ready for them then. We start to play ball like we want to play now.
They use a lot of left-handers. Milwaukee does. They use Caldwell, they use Travers, and just about everybody else they can dig out. Does that affect you at all? Do you stay there with left-handers or back out a little bit?
Well, no, Bill. Right now, we in there now on anybody who want to pitch now. They don't care who pitch against us right now. We ready to hit anybody going on the mound.
Looking forward, should the Yankees be fortunate enough to win in the American League East, I think the team you'll play will probably be Kansas City. Now, you've beaten them twice in a row in playoffs. They're going to be tough again this year.
Definitely, Kansas City will be a little tougher this year, you know. But now, since our pitchers start coming back around, I think we'll be the tough team to beat.
Hey, Mickey, have a good game.
Thank you, Bill.
Good, babe. Mickey Rivers, and we'll be back with more right after this.
My old buddy Jim was a great umpire. He was quick on his feet. He's got eyes like an eagle.
I'm still quick because I don't get filled up. I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's less filling. It's got a... What's this say?
Here you go, Jim. Try those.
Oh, yeah. A third less calories than a regular beer. Hey, you're Boog Powell. Hey.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Did you know there's such a thing as street corner scouting? That it's bringing scouting to millions of boys who never even heard the word scouting? Did you also know that for every boy in scouting today, there's another boy who'd like to be but can't? And that the reason most of them can't is because no adult in the neighborhood thinks scouting's worth the time? If you don't think scouting's worth your time, you don't know enough about scouting.
Fan Appreciation Day is coming up at Yankee Stadium Saturday, September 30th. Every fan who comes out to see the Yankees take on the Cleveland Indians that day will get one of these great thermal mugs so popular last year. The mug features the Yankee emblem and a brand new full-color 1978 Yankee team picture. That's Fan Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 30th.
Every single Cookin' Good broiler is grade A. Not everyone can say that. Cookin' Good. New York's no longer a one-chicken town.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Phil Rizzuto after listening to those two fine interviews by Bill White with Ron Guidry and Mickey Rivers. Deep insight into two of the top Yankee ball players this year and the past 2 years. Big day for the Yankees yesterday. Guidry winning his 22nd game of the year. Mickey Rivers, of course, the catalyst for the Yankees. Whenever he gets on, the Yankees score. And the Yankees have completely demoralized the Boston Red Sox. Today, the Yankees are going with Catfish Hunter. And we hope the cat is all right. And there's the Yankee lineup. Mickey Rivers, as we told you, will be leading off, trying to get things started in center field. Willie Randolph having another great year at second base. And Thurman Munson, the Yankee captain, back in action after being beamed up in Boston, suffering dizzy spells out in Detroit, had to miss part of one game and 2 complete games. Thurman very anxious to get back, but Bob Lemon didn't want to get him back too soon, which is a good move. And besides, the Yankees won those games, so the Yankees now at full strength with Munson behind the plate. Reggie Jackson getting those big base hits in the cleanup spot. Chris Chambliss continues to hit those thrilling home runs in the same spot. Will be batting 5th at third base. Greg Nettles leading the Yankees in homers. 3 home runs in 2 ball games at third base. Sweet Lou Piniella, the highest batting average on the Yankees in left field. Old reliable Roy White will be the designated hitter, and he's made his mark in this pennant stretch. And Bucky Dent looking better than ever at shortstop, batting 9th. There you can see the rival managers, Bob Lemon and Don Zimmer, and the umpires exchanging lineup cards. Don Zimmer kind of on the hot seat for the Boston Red Sox. And the lineup for the Red Sox, leading off playing shortstop Rick Burleson. He's committed a little bit of controversy up there, getting on some of his players. Jerry Remy back in action at second base. Jim Rice, leading in every offensive category in the big leagues, will be at left field. Carl Yastrzemski will be at first base today, and Carl had his worst game of his career at first, making 2 errors yesterday. Carlton Fisk playing injured all day, catching and batting 5th. Jack Brohammer will be the designated hitter batting sixth. The center fielder today will be Gary Hancock. And if you remember the shots, excellent shots on camera we had of Lynn limping all over the field yesterday, that's why he's out of the lineup. Butch Hobson also injured with a bad elbow at third base batting eighth. And the right fielder batting ninth, Dwight Evans. And Evans also has been bothered with dizzy spells. He was hit in the head before Munson was, and he missed several ball games, came back, and he cannot see up or down. He can see straight ahead, but as soon as he moves his head, he's in trouble. So the Red Sox are injured like the Yankees were the first time and the second time that these two teams met earlier in the year. Right now, the Yankees in an enviable position, 2.5 games ahead of the Red Sox and 3 on the all-important loss column. The Red Sox have played one more game than the Yankees. They have 15 games left to play. The Yankees have 16 games left to play. The Yankees also got a big break yesterday when Milwaukee was defeated. Of course, those tough Brewers will be in Monday and Tuesday night, by the way. And right now, they are only 5 games behind the Yankees, but 6 in the all-important loss column. So the way you figure it, the Yankees with 15 games left, probably Guidry and Figueroa will have 3 more starts apiece. Figueroa has won 17, so the Yankees could possibly have 2 20-game winners this year. And, of course, for Figueroa, it's a great milestone. He will be the first Puerto Rican to have ever won 20 games in the big leagues. He thought he had it last year. Unfortunately, was rained out of the last game of the season. So, things looking up for the Yankees. And as we look down at home plate, the umpires, it'll be the colorful Ron Luciano calling balls and strikes. There's the Yankee dugout. Chris Chambliss flexing his legs along with Greg Nettles as they get ready to go out. Ken Kaiser will be at first base. Mike Riley at second and Bill Haller over at third. And we told you it had been raining a little bit before, but now the rain has just about stopped. Yesterday, the weatherman did very well by the Yankees. Turned out to be a beautiful night for the ball game with that full moon shining. And Ron Guidry even admitted he did not have his best stuff in yesterday's ball game. Normally when he pitches, there are very few ground balls, and yesterday the majority of the outs were on ground balls. The Red Sox bench, and they have to be frustrated and wondering exactly what went wrong and where it went wrong. They had that tremendous 14.5 game lead on the Yankees not too long ago, and there's the man, Catfish Hunter, and everybody will be worrying and thinking about Catfish. Remember, he pulled a groin muscle up in Fenway Park the last time he pitched against the Red Sox. Has not pitched since. And even though he left with a tremendous lead, he left before he pitched the 5 full innings, so he did not get credit for the win. But Cat came out. He says he is rested. He is a veteran. And if he's got just half the stuff he normally has, he'll make it rough on the Red Sox. You see the Yankees anxious to get out on that field. Mickey Rivers just went by him. There's Reggie Jackson. 10, of course, Chris Chambliss. Familiar number he's got on his back. And Greg Nettles right there. This is the highest Greg Nettles has ever been in his career at this time of the season in the big leagues. And there go the Yankees out on the field, led by Greg Nettles. Nettles, by the way, is batting .280. Thurman Munson behind the plate talking with Ron Luciano and all the umpires, quite concerned about Thurman. It's good to see Thurman with a smile on his face.
Ladies and gentlemen,
they got him surrounded. They won't let him get away. Here's Bob Shepard.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us honor America by joining with Robert Merrill as he sings our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the
All right, you can see another capacity crowd here at beautiful new Yankee Stadium. And Catfish Hunter on the mound. The Cat has won 9, lost 5, and it's a remarkable comeback story. Everybody had written Catfish Hunter off as we look at Chris Chambliss, who'll be playing first base today for the Yankees. Willie Randolph loosening up at second base. Over at short, Bucky Dent. Right alongside of him, as you can see, Greg Nettles. Nettles really makes it easy for the shortstop the way he covers ground over there at third. Not that Bucky needs any extra help. In left field, Sweet Lou Piniella. Mick the Quick Rivers out in center field. And in right field, Reggie Jackson. And happily behind the plate once again, Thurman Munson. Now let's hope that Thurman does not have any more of those dizzy spells. On the mound, Catfish. As we told you, 9-5 on the year. Against the Red Sox this year, no decisions. Lifetime against Boston, 14 wins and 12 defeats. Cat making his 17th start and his 18th appearance of the year. In fact, his one relief appearance was against the Red Sox, a game he'd rather forget. And they're bringing sunglasses out. Now, we mentioned the fact that it had been raining and a lot of clouds up there, but they're not taking any chances. Greg Nettles picks out his favorite pair. Bucky Dent also picking up his. And now Willie Randolph will get a chance to pick out a pair. They do not want to take any chances. One lost ball in the sun could cost you a ball game. And here's a man did such a great job down in the field with those interviews of Ron Guidry and Mickey Rivers. And I really enjoyed listening to him. Bill White.
I'm glad you enjoyed, Scooter. Glad you enjoyed.
No, really. You got to be a certain type of announcer to do good interviews. I am
right.
not.
You should be there.
No.
Strike one on Burleson. He foul tipped it, and it was held by Thurman Munson. Munson back in the ball game after missing 3 ball games. Actually missed 2 ball games, didn't he? 2 in part to 1. 2 strikes on Rick Burleson. And Burleson decides to take a walk, and so does Catfish. The Yankees have a 2.5 game lead over the Red Sox, 5 over Milwaukee, and 7.5 over Baltimore. A little shallow fly, that might be trouble. Piniella on the run. Lou Pinella's the ball stayed up there for him, made the catch in shallow left center.
You know, you were right, Bill. Bucky Dent had given up on the ball a little too quickly. Then Piniella saw that and waved, said, "I'll take charge," and he does. Right there now you can see Bucky looking for a little help. Right there, looking at Lou. He tries to stop, but Piniella comes on. Made it easily.
Oh, there's one away now, and the batter is Jerry Remy, the second baseman. Remy batting at .268, 2 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Ball strike on Remy. The last time Cat pitched against the Red Sox, he had to leave the ball game with a pulled groin. That's trouble. That's going to fall. No way Piniella can get to that one. And Remy holds on. Piniella tries to throw behind him. Lou's tried everything.
He really wants a win.
Oh, Remy talking to first base coach Johnny Pesky. He's there with one away. And the batter's Jim Rice, the left fielder. Rice leads the big leagues with 40 home runs and 125 runs batted in. And if we were in the National League, he would be leading the league. He's batting .320. There goes Remy. Fouled back.
Now that's unusual right there, Bill. Unless it was just a straight steal by Remy.
I think it was a hit and run. I think Don Zimmer's trying to do a lot of things to try to get some kind of run on the board.
Okay.
Last night they were down 4-0, and he gave Carlton Fisk the green light on a 3-0 pitch, which you don't normally see. So Zimmer, some ways, trying to get some kind of offense from this team. He has not had much offense lately. That's 1 strike on Rice. Sox have lost 4 in a row and 13 of their last 16, and they've hit just 184 in their 15 games in September. In the dirt, but Remy, as Munson blocks the ball nicely, Remy has to hold at first base. 1-1. This ball club that earlier in the year was averaging about 8 to 9 runs a game have just averaged 2.7 over their last 15 ball games. They've scored more than 4 runs only twice. Runner going again. Pitch out. And the ball tails toward second base, the right side of second base. And Remy has stolen a base.
Well, you know, they'd have had him here, but Willie's feet goes out from under him as he reaches back. They anticipated the steal. The throw tails away, but watch Willie's feet right there. Now, if he had kept his feet, he'd have had Remy, but it's a stolen base.
So Remy has stolen second, and the count on Rice now 2 balls and a strike. Thurman had a little more time than he took, too, because with a pitch out, you can take your time and get set.
Right.
Munson still tried to get rid of the ball quickly, threw it sidearm, and the ball tailed toward right field on the right field side of second base, and Randolph could not make the tag. Oh, the Red Sox doing a lot of things. They'll probably play the whole ball game that way, gambling. 3-1. They have nothing to lose. They have already lost a 14-game lead. Now they're 2.5 back. 3-2 on Rice.
Nick Thurman on the meat hand that time.
Well, tomorrow it'll be Denny Eckersley against Jim Beattie, 2 o'clock start. Eckersley is 3-1 against the Yankees this year. Beattie has split 2 decisions against the Red Sox. Mickey Rivers. That ball is gone into the stands in center field. And the Red Sox lead 2-0. Jim Rice has just hit his 41st home run of the year and driven in his 126th and 127th runs. Here it is again.
Boy, this ball really carries. Belt high and didn't pull it. That's the power he's got. Deep right center field. Back into the bleachers. Nick climbs the fence, but no chance. Look at where he went.
Here's Carl Yastrzemski, and he takes a strike. Mickey would have to be seated in the seats in right field to make the catch on that one. Rice got it all, and the Red Sox lead 2-0. A ball and a strike on Carl Yastrzemski. He's batting .280 this year with 13 home runs and 66 runs batted in. Change-up, strike 2.
Well, this is the first time in the last 6 meetings between these teams that the Red Sox have jumped off to a lead.
That'll hook foul into the seats down the right side. 1-2 on Yaz. Yastrzemski has 2,854 base hits. He's going to play at least another year. He'll try to get an even 3,000 before he quits. Went too far on that one. 2 down. Yaz strikes out. First strikeout for Catfish Hunter. That'll bring on Carlton Fisk. Fisk batting at .290, 20 home runs, 80 runs batted in. Second in the American League to George Brett of the Kansas City Royals. Zisk has 39 doubles. Brett has 40. Fisk is also 5th in the American League in total bases. He has 255. Too low, ball 1. Rice leads the major leagues in total bases. He has 367. Two balls, no strikes on Carlton Fisk. The Red Sox lead 2-0 in the top of the first. A 2-run home run by Jim Rice. Into the bleachers in right field, right center field. On the inside corner, 2-1, and we understand that was the first home run by the Red Sox in 31 2/3 innings.
I guess Fred Lynn hit the last one in the screen up there in Fenway.
No, Hobson got one in Cleveland, didn't he?
Oh, I think he was talking about Yankee pitching, or?
I don't know. Three and one. That's out of play. They might be talking about the first home run hit by a Red Sox since Hobson hit one in Cleveland. That spanned 31 2/3 innings. And Fisk backs out. Time is called. The count's 3-2 on Carlton. There are 2 outs, nobody on. 2-0 Red Sox batting in the first inning. Called strike 3. Looking for the breaking ball, and Hunter snuck the fastball by it. At the end of 1/2 inning of play. The Red Sox 2, the Yankees 0.
You know, whenever I have a Yankee Frank, the taste takes me back to the first big league game I ever went to. I guess I was about your age.
My age, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, and I can still remember how I felt just being there with all my heroes. And I can remember taking a big bite out of a Frank, like you're doing. It was my first taste of baseball.
Like me, Mr. Martin?
Yep, just like you.
Yankee Franks, the taste that takes you out to the ball game.
Jeff Bell wants to cut federal tax rates 30%.
You know, President Kennedy was right. He cut tax rates 30% for everybody, just like we want to now, because he knew that if he did, everybody would gain. People would have more to put into their home, buy a better car, send their kids to college. Even the government gained $54 billion in unexpected revenue. I think we can do that again.
California had Proposition 13. New Jersey has Jeff Bell.
I'm not going to make the same mistake. Next time, I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. Toyotas are built to perform, to take it, to last. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I'm finally going to get my money's worth.
More.
More.
Ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
Well, the Red Sox lead 2-0, and they'll defend that 2-0 lead with Carl Yastrzemski at first base. Jerry Remy at second. The shortstop is Rick Burleson. And over at third base is Butch Hobson. Jim Rice, who hit the 2-run home run, is out in left field. He's smiling. The center fielder is Gary Hancock. He's the guy facing your camera. And in front of Hancock is Dwight Evans, a right fielder. That's Evans. The catcher is Carlton Fisk, and on the mound is Mike Torres. Torres making his 32nd start and his 4th against the Yankees. And he's 1-2 against the Yankees this year. Mickey Rivers doesn't get a breaking ball. Mickey batting at .274, 11 home runs and 45 runs batted in. It'll be Rivers, Randolph, and Munson against Mike Torres. A ball and a strike. Drill to right field, but Evans is right there. Rivers hit the ball hard. There's one away. That'll bring on Willie Randolph, the second baseman. Randolph batting at .278, 3 home runs and 39 runs batted in. Yankees have now taken a 7-6 lead in the series over the Red Sox, the season series. Yankees have won only one season series from Red Sox since 1976. Actually, one season series in the last 6 years. That was in 1976. They beat the Red Sox 11 of 18. A ball and a strike on Randolph. Good bunt. Hobson just holds onto the ball. Willie Randolph. Doesn't bunt too often. That was a perfect bunt.
Boy, that was beautifully executed. Got it on the grass, and that slowed it up right here. If they got on the dirt, they might have thrown him out. Look at this. Torres breaking to his left. He couldn't get out. Hobson was deep. Perfect bunt.
And Hobson wisely decides to hold on to the baseball. He's been making a lot of throwing errors lately. He has a total of 40 on the year. He couldn't have gotten Randolph anyway. Here's Munson. Willie Randolph, a bunt base hit with one away in the bottom of the first. Thurman batting at .296, 6 home runs, 65 runs batted in. Two low, ball one. Mike Torres, so far this year, has won 15 ball games and lost 10. Last year with the Yankees, Torres was 17 and 13. Runner going, base hit, and Randolph will go on to third base. Oh, the Yankees coming out aggressively on the base pass. On the hit and run, Munson singles over Burleson's head, sending Randolph to third base, and look at those stands.
Well, I said is Zimmer playing hit and run, and here is Lemon playing it. And Munson, first time at bat since missing 2.5 games, lines a single to left center. Willie easily cruises into third.
And with runners at first and third and one away, the batter's Reggie Jackson, the right fielder. 22 home runs, 82 runs batted in, batting just under .280. On the ground, base hit. Munson will go to third. Reggie Jackson driving in the Yankees' first run. They now down one. The Red Sox lead 2-1.
Well, you know, he hit a good pitch there, Bill. That ball was down low. He hits it with that overspin, and Remy never had a chance. Watch this pitch. Right down by the knees and hits it so hard, Remy can't get to it.
And right away, we're going to get some action in the Red Sox bullpen. Reggie Jackson has just driven in his 83rd run. And here's Chris Chambliss. A 2-run home run last night, his 11th of the year. 85 runs batted in, batting at .282. Too low to Chambliss. Torres trying to keep the ball down. He'd like to get a ground ball and get the possible double play. Bob Stanley, the right-hander, getting loose. That'll be out of play off the left side. A ball and a strike on Chambliss. So early in the ball game, Zimmer has to get his bullpen busy. Bob Stanley, his 8th relief pitcher's out loosening up. We look at Greg Nettles kneeling on deck. Yankees can put a lot of pressure on right-handed pitchers. Jackson, Chambliss, Nettles batting back-to-back. That'll be a double play. Jackson cut off there. Double play. And the side is retired. Yankees pick up a run on 3 hits. They leave 1. At the end of 1, the Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
I want this catcher's mitt.
You're a shortstop.
So the bigger the mitt, the better I'll catch.
Can I help you? Yeah. We'd like 2 catcher's mitts, 6 bats, and a dozen balls.
Fine.
What about uniforms? You promised.
If I have enough money, I see it.
Did you get in the bunt sign?
I forgot my money.
You did it again. We still have to put on our undershirts.
You take checks. That's good.
Really?
I got personal credit line with Manufacturers Hanover.
What's personal credit line?
Well, that means I can write a check for more than I have in my checking account. Manufacturers Hanover will cover it. I'm good for $5,000. So give me 50 bats, home and away uniforms, and that electric scoreboard.
That'll be $526. And I'll throw in the coach's hat.
You promised.
Apply for a Manufacturers Hanover personal credit line. It lets you write yourself a loan whenever you need one. That's banking the way you want it to be.
It's good, and it's halftime here at the stadium.
This fall, take a few minutes between halves and build up your lawn with some Scott's Turf Builder. Right now is the best time of year to get a thicker bluegrass lawn by growing more grass plants. Turf Builder will make any active lawn greener now and green up faster next spring.
We're all set for the kickoff now.
Just a few minutes this weekend. You'll see the difference now and next spring, too.
Well, after this sold-out series, the Yankees host the Milwaukee Brewers Monday and Tuesday nights at 8. The Cinderella team of the year, the Brewers are still very much in contention in this tight Eastern Division race. And by the way, they've beaten the Yanks in 9 of their 13 meetings this season. Good seats are still available, so be here Monday and Tuesday nights when Heisel, Bando, and Money lead the Brewers against the Yankees. Bill?
All right, second inning, the Red Sox lead 2-1, and Jack Brohammer will lead off against Catfish Hunter. It'll be Brohammer, Gary Hancock, and Butch Hobson. Ball strike on Brohammer. The Red Sox out on the board first. A 2-run home run by Jim Rice with Remy aboard. Yankees back in the first. They hit Torres hard. Rivers lined to right field, leading Randolph a bunt single. Munson a hit and run single, sending Randolph to third. Jackson mashed one up the middle, scoring Randolph. Then Chambliss really hit probably the hardest ball of the inning. And Remy got it down around his shoot tops and turned it into a double play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jack Brohammer. Mickey Rivers. 1 out. Well, it might be a little hard to see. See Mickey looking up in the sky. It's overcast here. The lights are up there, plus a lot of light colors up in the upper deck. People wearing a lot of whites and yellows. Sometimes that ball's hard to pick up. Gary Hancock, the center fielder. This kid in Boston hit the ball left center field all the time for a couple of base hits. Got into a couple ball games late as a defensive replacement. He got a couple of base hits. Knocks it down, but can't make a play. Ball just eluded Catfish. I think Cat thought it might have been hit harder than it actually had been hit.
Yeah, he breaks the bat on this, and that's why Cat reached a little too soon. And then Bucky gets the glove on the ball. It's been tough. I don't think he'd been able to throw him out.
So Hancock singles up the middle with 1 away, and that'll bring on Butch Hobson, the third baseman. Hobson batting at .245, 17 home runs and 71 runs batted in. Red Sox have a left-hander, Bob Sproul, getting loose in the bullpen. I don't know if he's just loosening up or if Torres might not have it. Breaking ball is low. Here's Sproul. He pitched, started the final game in Fenway and did not last. It's only his second start of the year. 1-1 on Hobson. He's taking a long look at his third base coach, Eddie Yost. There he's going, runner's going, and the ball's hit the right. Jackson, though. He tried to decoy Hancock at second base. Randolph and Dent almost decoyed the youngster into running on past second base, but he got back as Jackson made the catch.
Yeah, you can do that with a rookie. Tough on a veteran. They're used to that.
This will bring on Dwight Evans, a right fielder. He's batting at .252, 23 home runs and 62 runs batted in. Red Sox lead 2-1 in the second inning. 2 out and a runner at first base. That runner, Gary Hancock, who lined a single up the middle. Then knocked it down, but could not make a play. Two strikes on Evans. Evans had a lot of trouble seeing the ball since he got beamed. Not only with the glove, but also with the bat. Side is retired. Third strikeout for Catfish Hunter. And at the end of 1.5, the Red Sox 2, the Yankees 1.
But like anyone who works in a savings bank, my job is to help you save. But I do it with low-cost savings bank life insurance. Now, I'm a certified SBLI specialist. I'm here to help you select the right policy and the right amount to fit your budget. And SBLI has all kinds of plans. It's all right here in the Consumer's Guide to Low-Cost Life Insurance, free at nearby savings banks. It has rates, advice, and the one thing we all need to know about life insurance, how to buy it at low cost.
You know, a lot of people think Billy and I argue all the time. Actually, we agree on just about everything, right, Bill?
Yeah, you betcha, George.
We even drink the same beer.
Light beer from Miller's. Light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling.
And the best thing is it tastes so great.
No, George, the best thing is less filling.
No, Bill, it tastes great.
Less filling, George.
Billy, it tastes great.
Less filling, George.
Billy?
Yeah, George.
You're fired.
Oh, not again.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Football fever on a Saturday night? This is Reggie Jackson. I'm going to bat for the annual Grambling versus Morgan State Interconference Football Classic. It's a benefit game for the Whitney Young Memorial Scholarship Fund and will be played at Yankee Stadium Saturday night, September the 23rd. There'll be live entertainment at 6 p.m. and a serious football game at 7:30. For information, call the New York Urban League at 730-5200. That's 730-5200. Who knows? Maybe I'll even answer the telephone.
All right, when Reggie talks, everybody listens. And Mike Torres still on the mound. He'll be facing the red-hot Greg Nettles, Bill.
It'll be Nettles, Pennell, and Roy White against the Red Sox here in the bottom of the second. The Red Sox lead 2-0. A 2-run home run by 2-1. 2-1 Red Sox. A 2-run home run by Jim Rice in the first inning. The Yankees picked up their run in the bottom of the first. Randolph scoring it. 2-1 Red Sox. Nettles, 26 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Leads the Yankees in RBIs. He's batting .280. Nettles, a solo shot behind Chambliss last night as the Yankees beat the Red Sox. And he takes the ball. They'll probably work Nettles away. Probably try to keep the ball down if they can. Mike Torres. 2-0. Nettles a pretty good high fastball hitter. The Yankees hit Torres hard in the first inning. And here there, they might have gotten more than the 1 run. 2-1. Mike started up, but then wanted another sign. A lot of little small flies down on the field. And you see Torres sort of swatting him away with his hat. Look at him. There are a lot of, you can't see them. They're little, in Bimini they call them no-see-ums. Jammed him. Fisk coming back, but he'll run out of room. 2-2 on Nettles. This is the 32nd start for Torres. He has 13 complete games, 1 shutout. He's given up 236 hits in 214 innings.
Boy, that's a lot of hits.
Yep. That's his record prior to today's action, and he's given up 3 in the first inning. in this ball game. 3-2 on Nettles, and Greg wants that baseball inspected. Should be all right. Torres just got it. Mike has a pretty good ERA for a 15-game winner. Pretty high ERA, 4.02. 104 strikeouts. 82 walks. Might be trouble. Hancock, though, with a good jump. The center fielder puts it away, and there's one away. And it has started to drizzle a bit here at Yankee Stadium.
The Torres has not had an easy out yet.
Batter now is Lou Piniella. Everybody's really hit the ball hard.
Yep.
Just the good pitchers will settle down. Torres, a pretty good pitcher. Lou batting .316, 5 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Pretty good hitter. Ball one. Red Sox lead 2-1. 1 out and nobody on in the second inning for the Yankees. A ball and a strike on Piniella. Our upcoming telecast, 2 o'clock tomorrow against the Red Sox, 2 o'clock Saturday against the Indians, and 2 o'clock Sunday against the Indians in Cleveland. 2-1. Three and one. Piniella had an idea, but laid off the ball as it dipped down low. Look at some fans there on the umbrellas down around the field. That'll be out of play. No chance for Yaz. Back into the seats off first base. The count is full on Lou Piniella. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still 3-2. Piniella has hit in 7 of his last 9 ball games. He's batting over 438 in that span. Oh, he's been hot. And the Yankees have been hot. Ball 4, and Piniella walks. Lou Piniella at first base with 1 away. Here's Roy White, the designated hitter. He's batting .269, 8 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Roy 16 for 34 over his last 10 ball games. Strike 1 on White. A steady drizzle here at the stadium, and it isn't really raining that hard. One ball, 1 strike on White. Of course, the rain might cut down the running game just a little bit. Might not bother to hit and run, but the flat-out steal might be curtailed. Into center field, and Gary Hancock is there. 2 outs. Piniella getting back to first base. And the batter for the Yankees, the shortstop, Bucky Dent. Dent batting at .255, 4 home runs and 35 runs batted in. He's about due for a home run.
Yes, it's just about his time.
Ball one, a high slider. Red Sox 2, Yankees 1. Yankees batting in the second inning. Lou Piniella at first base and 2 outs against Mike Torres. That's out of play. No chance for Carlton Fisk. 1-1. Pretty good catch in the upper deck.
Dangerous one, leaning over the railing in the front row.
Fouled outside third. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dent. Oh, the Yankees with their 2.5 game lead over Boston in the American League East. The Kansas City Royals have a 4.5 game lead over California in the West. As we look at Don Zimmer, the Red Sox manager, sitting in the dugout. Kansas City edged California 3-2 last night. Bucky went too far. First strikeout for Torres. Sides retired. At the end of 2, the Red Sox 2, the Yankees 1.
Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Hit it, kids. Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Guys? Burger King and I. Who's looking pretty sharp now? Who's dining up the floor? Who's slicing fresh tomatoes? Who tries to give you more? Let's open up the door. Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Burger King and I. Who's got that juicy flame broil burger that's never fried? Who's got Coke and crispy French fries? It's Burger King and I. Burger King and I. Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Burger King and I. Come on and taste the fancy way. Come on and have a fancy day. You're on the trail of something great. Today was made to celebrate. Come on and have a fancy day. Have a fancy
Well, 2-1 Red Sox. Red Sox batting in the third inning. They'll have the top of their batting order up against Catfish Hunter. Rick Burleson, the shortstop. Jerry Remy, the second baseman, and Jim Rice, the left fielder. Burleson has been up once. He flied to Piniella. Piniella making a fine running catch in left. Nettles will have to hurry and makes the play. A bunt by Burleson. He's thrown out by Greg Nettles. Now, to give our network a chance to identify themselves, we now pause for station identification. Here's Jerry Remy, who singled to shallow left field and scored on the home run by Rice in the first inning. Single, stole second, and scored on the home run. Willie Randolph right to him, 2 outs. Getting a little dark here at the stadium. The lights were turned on just as the ball game started. And Jim Rice is the batter. The home run he hit off Catfish in the first inning, his 41st home run of the year. He now has 127 runs batted in. Low with the breaking ball. Rice hit his home run into the right field bleachers. Way over the 385 mark. Base hit. Jammed him and he got a base hit. Well, Rice with his second base hit, 2 for 2 on at first base.
Not much you can do when you're that strong, Bill, and you make a good pitch.
The kind of pitchers give him a lot of trouble. A guy like Guidry who makes him hurry the bat up a little bit. Get away from that waiting and then flipping at the ball. Of course, Guidry makes everybody hurry. Carl Yastrzemski struck out in the first inning. Ball 1. Rice on at first. There are 2 outs. And the Red Sox lead 2-1 in the third inning. Two and 0 on Carl Yastrzemski. Yeah, should reach a 3,000 hit mark next year. Two and 1. Three balls and a strike on Yastrzemski. Hunter pitching the veteran left-handed hitter very carefully after striking him out in the first inning. Ball 4. Hunter working away from Yaz all the way, walked him. That'll send Jim Rice down to second base. And with 2 outs, the batter is Carlton Fisk, the catcher. Hunter struck Fisk out in the first inning. So far, the Cat has struck out 3, and that was the first pass he's issued. The one to Carl Yastrzemski. Good breaking ball, a called strike on Fisk. Red Sox lead 2-1 in the second inning. That'll hook foul, go back in the seats down the left field foul line. No chance for Piniella. 0-2 on Fisk. Waste pitch high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greg Nettles will go to second base. Randolph with a force on Yastrzemski, and the side is retired. Bottom of the third coming up. The Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
One of these days, you're going to smoke a small white.
And when you do,
we
gotcha.
Maybe we'll get you with a White Owl miniature. Is that a real cigar?
Or maybe we'll get you with a tip. The White Owl demi-tip. But either way,
we're going to get you.
Yeah.
You know, for too long now, bowlers have been left out of light beer commercials, and football players have been grabbing all the glory. But bowlers know light beer from Miller tastes great. We know light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer. We know light's less filling. Bowlers love light just as much as football players. That's right. And we also love the easy opening can.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Americans see the smaller car as their salvation.
What they don't know is that 4- and 6-cylinder engines rev higher, run hotter, and are murder on oil. That's why smaller cars need Castrol motor oil. In lab tests, the 2 leading motor oils showed significant breakdown in viscosity. Castrol didn't break down. And that's important, because after the motor oil breaks down, who knows what could break down next? Castrol, the oil engineered for smaller cars.
On the scoreboard, Pittsburgh leading Montreal 2-0 at the end of 1. The Cubs won the Cardinals 0 at the end of 2. Cincinnati playing San Francisco this afternoon out on the coast. The other games in the National League tonight. The American League, Detroit leading Cleveland 1-0 at the end of 2. Milt Wilcox against Rich Waits in that ball game. And the other ball games in the American League at night. Toronto at Baltimore, California at Kansas City, Minnesota playing the Brewers, Oakland at Texas, and Chicago at Seattle. And right here at Yankee Stadium, bottom of the 3rd, the Red Sox leading 2-1 over the Yankees, and Mickey Rivers leading off against Mike Torres. Rivers lined hard to right field his first time up. Pops this one up. It's playable. Butch Hobson. No, he backs off in the shortstop. Rick Burleson is there. 1 out. There is Hobson getting out of the way, and Burleson making the catch. Willie Randolph bunted for a base hit in the first inning and scored on a single by Reggie Jackson. Called strike on Randolph. Up the middle, Burleson is there and makes a play. They get Randolph by a half a step. An excellent play by Rick Burleson, the shortstop. Ball took a bad hop on him.
Yeah, this ball hit the plate, bounced funny, had reverse English. Now watch this as Burleson goes to his left, has to reach back. Got plenty on the ball to nip him.
He's got a good arm at shortstop. Herm Munson singled on a hit and run his first time up, sending Randolph to third base. So Thurman 1 for 1. He's batting now at 298. 2 outs, nobody on. The Red Sox lead 2-1 in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Red Sox have 2 runs on 4 base hits. The Yankees 1 run on 3. The big hit so far for the Red Sox. The 2-run home run by Jim Rice. As we look at Reggie Jackson wiping the rain off his glasses. Back up the middle. That's through. Base hit. Hudson 2 for 2 against Torres.
Mike was upset when Thurman had the ball changed, and then Thurman gets a base hit on the next pitch.
Now here's Jackson. And we look at Torres. Reggie drove in the Yankee run with a single in the first inning. I think he gets up just a little bit for certain ball games.
Yes, he does. Real entertaining. Bigger the crowd, the better he plays.
The sun trying to break through here again. Jackson backs off a fastball low and in. There's Munson at first base, or 2 outs. The Red Sox ahead 2-1. 3rd inning here at Yankee Stadium. Another game tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock start. 2 balls, no strikes on Jackson. Not 8 to be a right-handed pitcher having to face Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles back to back. Not too much room for a mistake. It's hard to pitch around him because Pinella follows. Then White. Three and 0. Wonder if they give Reggie the green light here on 3 balls, no strikes. If he gets a good fastball.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Down a run, Yankees are. And he got the green light and fouled it off, 3-1. There it is there, Jackson getting on top of that slider.
Torres figured the same thing, Bill. Didn't get him the
come back,
fastball.
that's right. Didn't come back with that fastball. Base hit for Jackson. Munson will go to third. Hancock playing a deep center field, and third is safe there. Reggie Jackson 2 for 2.
Boy, he hits this one. Too bad he didn't get it up. He hit it right on the nose, right up the middle. See how deep Jackson is playing. His build, Gary Hancock is playing. Got a good arm, but no chance to get Munson.
Oh, Yankee runners at first and third with 2 outs, and the batter is Chris Chambliss, who lined hard into a double play in the first inning. The Yankees had runners at first and third. In fact, the same situation. Munson was at third base, Jackson at first, when Chambliss hit a scorcher to the second baseman. Remy caught it down around his shoe tops on the fly and doubled up Jackson at first base. That'll be out of play. One strike on Chambliss. It is still drizzling here at the stadium, and the sun's trying to break through. Got to feel that rain will stop soon. Strike 2 on Chambliss. Red Sox ahead, 2-1. Yankees threatening in the third. That'll be out of play. Jim Rice, the left fielder, is playing Chambliss well over the left center field. They give Chris a lot of room down the left field line. Play earlier in the year, Phil, Chambliss looped one the left field. Rice couldn't catch up with it.
I remember that play very well. Of course, they gave him an error.
And should have given him a base hit. Didn't touch the ball. Got him. That's it. Phil Rizzuto will take you over the next 3 innings. At the end of 3, the Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
If you're going to college, listen to this.
I've been thinking about the market lately.
My broker says now's a good time to look into tax-free income. What'd your broker say?
Well, my broker's E.F. Hutton, and E.F. Hutton says...
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
There goes Formula One pace setter Jody Scheckter. And there goes the Toyota Celica GT Liftback, official pace car of the Toyota Grand Prix of the U.S. at Watkins Glen, New York, September 29th through October 1st. And you can save $11.50 per person at participating Toyota dealers on admission tickets, reserve seating, and more. But act fast. Supplies limited.
Get your tickets at your Toyota dealers and save.
You got Toyota.
Well, here's our Toyota dealers of the day, Ray Burbank and Ron Napoli of Toyota North in Bedford Hills, New York. You asked for it, Toyota North's got it. We go into the 4th inning with the Red Sox leading 2-1. Both teams scored in the first inning. The Red Sox in the first inning on a tremendous Right center field home run by Jim Wright. Jim Rice is 41st of the year. And the Yankees scoring in the bottom of the first, and that's been it. Jack Brohammer will face Catfish Hunter. Brohammer laying to center his first time up. Slider high, ball one. Popped it up, but it'll be out of play. Back into the crowd. Munson sees it go in, stops. There's a wire brush there where Catfish is rubbing his spikes off. 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike. High, ball 4. So Catfish issues his second walk of the ball game. Brohammer down at first. Chambliss will hold him on, and the batter will be Gary Hancock, who singled over the head of Catfish and off the glove of Bucky Dent. Let's see if the Red Sox play hit and run again with this kid. And he squares to bunt, takes a strike. Nettles was really charging in, and Catfish was breaking over to cover the first base area. There's Greg. He's on the grass. Zimmer has been playing a running game. And he bunts. Good one. Catfish up, looks at second, throws to first. It's a sacrifice, 1-4. Hunter to Randolph covering, but Brohammer down in scoring position with 1 out and Butch Hobson the batter. That's a good bunt by Hancock that had backspin on it. Hobson fly to right his first time up. One out, Red Sox lead 2-1, top of the 4th. Strike one. Boy, Hobson loves that high pitch. Bouncer to third. Deep, long throw by Nettles. They got him. Oh, I'd say to that Nettles. He throws just as hard as he has to. Doesn't hurry this play as Frank Messer steps in to tell you about it.
It's a long throw for him, but he knows the speed of the runners involved, takes his time, makes an accurate throw to Chambliss. I'll tell you, when they start talking about most valuable Yankee players at the end of the season, Greg Nettles is going to get a lot of votes.
Oh, man, what a year he's had. Dwight Evans struck out. Check swing, little pop-up that Randolph's going to get. That's a break for the Yankees. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left at the end of 3.5. Red Sox 2, Yankees 1.
Hey, pal, the junkyard's across the street.
No, just clean it up. I'm trading it in. Just got my new car loan approved. Clean ties, too?
Looks like it took him 20 years to approve your loan.
No, I got mine in 24 hours.
Where?
Manufacturer's Hanover. Hey, Manufacturer's Hanover. That's where I got my car loan. You got your checking and savings with them? Yeah. Then you got a lower rate on your loan. Hey. Bowling handle.
It costs extra if we watch it piece by piece.
Follow that bumper. You know, the money the bank saved me on my car loan, I put toward a tape deck. Maybe I'll get electric windows. Oh, boy. I better get my new car today. Don't rush. Our bank gives you 90 days to shop around.
Hey, I was just coming in to look for you.
At Manufacturers Hanover, we want you to have that auto loan as much as you do. That's banking the way you want it to be.
Hope it'll stay clean for 90 days.
Look around. You'll find a group of young men and women helping others, accepting responsibilities, building, growing, and having a lot of fun. They're tomorrow's leaders exploring career opportunities today in Exploring. Your company, church, or civic club can form an Explorer post. For information, contact your nearest Scout office.
Doing business can be pretty tough. So when I do business in Canada, I want to take it easy.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, it'll be Greg Nettles, Lou Piniella, and Roy White coming on in that order for the Yankees. The Boston Red Sox lead 2-1 on a long first inning home run by Jim Rice. The Yankees got one run back on singles by Randolph, Munson, and Jackson. Phil?
All right, Frank. Greg Nettles lined hard to left center field his first time up. Mike Torres has been hit hard in the ball game. A good swing, but a foul back, strike one. And the sun has broken through, even though the lights remain on here.
Still raining. The sun's shining.
Little sun shower.
Down south, they used to say that meant the devil was beating his wife.
No kidding?
That's right.
I didn't think anybody would marry the devil. Oh, another good cut, fouled it off his foot. 0-2.
Ever hear of Rosemary?
Yes, that's right. Rosemary's Baby.
Ron Luciano, big bear of a guy. Showboat, but a good umpire. I'll tell you, for all the antics Luciano goes through, he's got to be good.
Oh, they'd really get on him if he wasn't.
Right.
He fouled that ball twice. Onto the ground and on the follow-through. 0-2, the count. Nobody out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the fourth, and the Red Sox lead 2-1. On deck, Lou Piniella. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ah, my man Lou.
There he is. He got him down low, and he bounces to Remy. 1 away.
See the effects of the rain, I think, on the infield. Remy was looking for a little higher bounce. That ball just stayed down, but he got the glove down and stayed with it.
That'll happen when the infield gets wet. Ball does not come up. Here's Piniella. Lou walked his first time up, batting .316. Lou will never look at the pitcher until he's absolutely ready. A lot of trust in the umpires, Frank.
Yes.
Just at one time, they used to be able to quick pitcher. Now, as you see him look, he's ready. Broke over, strike one.
Every once in a while, you'll still see a pitcher try to get away with that quick pitch, and sometimes they will.
Yep. Line, Hobson's got it. Oh. I'd say that Torres better turn around and count his infielders and outfielders. They've hit some shots off.
They really have. Here's that last pitch. He got that one up to Piniella. Torres can be fortunate that that ball was caught.
Which Hobson has played hurt all year. Roy White. Slide to deep center field his first time up. 2 out, nobody on. Red Sox in front, 2-1. Ball one. One on one. Big Mike. Last year you saw him in a Yankee uniform. Outside, 2-1.
Mike Torres, a little better than 6'5" out there on the mound.
And there's a base hit ripped to right field by Roy White. That is the 6th hit for the Yankees. They are out hitting the Red Sox 6-4, but that 2-run homer by Jim Rice has the Sox out in front. Last inning, the Yankees got 2 base hits after 2 are out. Here, there are 2 out, and White singles. What a job he's done in this pennant stretch. Bucky Dent.
White has played well. All the pride he has accumulated over his years with the Yankees has really come to the fore.
Yep. Bucky struck out his first time up. Bouncer foul. Dick Hauser will pick it up. Flips it to Luciano. And Ron's going to throw it out of play.
Luciano kidding Hauser a little bit about throwing that ball in quite that hard. He didn't even feel it.
One strike on Bucky, 2 men out. Foul back. 0-2.
Fans wonder why the coaches at first and third base will go after those foul balls. That is exactly the reason. They want to take a look at that ball, see if they can see anything wrong with it, especially on a wet day.
All right, Torres got Dent the first time on a breaking pitch. Bucky tried to hold up. White at first. He almost went again. You see Luciano right up to Bucky's nose saying, he's a character. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Watch this.
Don't breathe too hard, Ron. You'll blow him down.
Low, 2-2.
How'd you like to have lined up in football across the line, nose to nose with Luciano?
No way.
Good football player at Syracuse.
Oh, bouncing. White's going to go to second and throw. Not in time, and White's in there. That'll be a wild pitch. Charged to Torres. Yankees taking advantage of the break.
Here it is again. Pitches down in the dirt in front of the plate. And Fisk, there's just a split second where he can't find it. Now the throw, and Roy White gets the right foot on the bag.
So a big break for the Yankees. Runner in scoring position. 3-2 on Bucky Dent. Fisk talks with Torres. Fisk blocks those bad hops, Frank, as well as any catcher I've seen.
He really does. He has just done an outstanding job all through his career. We mentioned before, he plays hurt nearly every year. He is susceptible to injury, but he also has a very high tolerance for pain. He can go out there hurting and still give you 120%.
All right, he flashes the signs. Big 3-2 pitch coming to Bucky. And it gets away. It'll be another wild pitch. White will go to third. It's a walk. A walk and the second consecutive wild pitch charged to Torres. One more and the score will be tied.
Watch it again. Fisk wants it down low, but that one's in the dirt again. Torres may have been trying to just overthrow on the last couple of pitches with 2 strikes on Bucky Dent. Sometimes a pitcher will do that, try to put that little bit extra on and throw the ball away.
All right, that was the 6th wild pitch of the year for Torres. 4 prior to today. Mickey Rivers now. Mick has lined hard to right and popped to the shortstop. You see Mike's shadow as the sun has come out strong now. Looks like Mickey's serious stance there, crouching over. Inside, almost another wild pitch. Roy White at third base. Hobson playing in. Torrey maybe feeling the pressure a little bit. Got him on an off-speed breaking pitch, 1-1. Last 2 innings as Torres moves his defense a little bit. Yankees have gotten 2 men on after 2 were out. He held up. He swung, said Bill Haller. Holy cow. Well, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bill Haller gave the sign.
Watch it again. Yeah, he went around. You can see it there on the slow motion, even from that angle.
Camera does not lie. That's low. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 men on. 2-1 the Red Sox lead. Deuces a while. There's Roy White at third.
You see Hobson playing in, even with 2 strikes on Rivers. He's right at the edge of the grass.
A bouncer foul. Mickey almost hit himself with that bat as he spun it around. Whoop, whoop.
Almost got himself right in the nose.
Yep. All right, it's still 2-2 with 2 out and 2 on. Another bouncer foul. Mick just trying to punch that ball. Doesn't want to strike out. Right back to third. Now, Rivers has struck out just 21 times all year. Another foul, got a piece of it to stay alive. We're in the bottom of the 4th, the Red Sox leading 2-1.
Don Zimmer has action going out in his bullpen, just in case Torres doesn't get Rivers out here. He might be in trouble. There's Zimmer and Al Jackson, the pitching coach, used to pitch for the Mets.
Ball 3, 3-2. Good stop by Fisk, or that would have been the 3rd wild pitch of the inning. So Dent will be running, as Yastrzemski said he's going to play in back of the runner at first.
That is Bob Stanley you're looking at right there. He has been warming up out on the bullpen, right-hander. Stopping to watch the action now.
They have had action just about every inning out there, Frank.
Yep.
All right, big pitch in this ball game. There goes Dent. Rivers strikes out as he took a little bit off. Mick looking for the fastball. No runs, a hit, no errors. 2 men left, end of 4. Red Sox 2, Yankees 1.
Zenith announces a breakthrough. System 3. System 3. The best Zenith ever. The best ever. A brand new picture tube for the sharpest Zenith picture ever. Sharpest picture. And an all-new modular chassis. All new. Designed to be the best performing, the most reliable color TV in Zenith history. The most reliable. Zenith. System 3. System 3. It's the best Zenith ever.
Mother Nature hates shiny new cars, so she kills your new car's finish and rips you off. But lately, she's had to adjust to something new. Thousands of new car dealers are treating cars with polyglycol, penetrant sealant that keeps a car looking new and is backed in writing for 3 full years. Now, when she tries to ruin a new car's finish with her natural elements, nothing happens. Motorcycles, RVs, even airplanes and boats stay looking new. She'll have to adjust, though, because with polyglycol, it's a brand new world.
They've come back. The thoroughbreds. The jockeys. They've come back to the Meadowlands. Always exciting thoroughbred racing is even more exciting at night. Thoroughbred racing at night is back at the Meadowlands. First race, 8 p.m. It's even more exciting at night.
In the National League, at the end of 3 innings, it's Pittsburgh 4, Montreal nothing. The Chicago Cubs lead the St. Louis Cardinals 1-0 at the end of 4. The Mets play in Philadelphia tonight. Cincinnati's at San Francisco in an afternoon game, but not yet underway. In the American League, Detroit 3, Cleveland nothing at the end of 4. Milt Wilcox is pitching for the Tigers. Rick Waits for the Indians. The rest of the American League games are tonight.
All right, Frank. Rick Burleson is fly to left and was thrown out by Nettles trying to beat out a bunt. Red Sox leading 2-1, top of the 5th. High foul, that might be playable. And no, they cannot quite reach it. Toppling and the railing there gave Chambliss and Randolph a little bit of a problem.
Third time Burleson's been up in the ball game, and it's the third time he has led off an inning. He led off the first, the third, and now the 5th.
Low and away, 1-1. Bouncer foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rick Burleson, he was very unhappy and let everybody know it, including the press, that players with a little bit of an injury should be playing. Held up, it's low 2-2. Line to left field, Piniella got to play it on 1 hop. So Burleson lines a single to left. And this is the tough part of the Red Sox order coming up now. 5th hit off Catfish.
They got Jerry Remy coming up right now. He's a good hit-and-run man. He's a good butter. Ideal to move a runner up. And then the power behind him, Jim Rice and Yastrzemski.
All right, you saw Nettles in on the grass. See if they hit and run or bunt. And he's ready to bunt and misses strike 1. Remy did not draw the bat back. Nettles still in, comes in another step. And another 2, 3. And that's high, 1-1. Chambliss cannot afford to leave first too easy. See Chris going back, otherwise Burleson can get a good jump. We'll watch him. And they had a kind of a tricky play on there as Chris bluffed 1 step in and went back to the bag. Didn't work.
I've seen Zimmer on many occasions put the hit and run on here, too.
And he bunts. Catfish will have to go to Randolph. The sacrifice successful again. Again, 1-4. Moving Burleson to second. And here comes that man again. Jim Rice. Tremendous home run in the bleachers in right center. Then he was jammed on a pitch and single to left.
He's one of the strongest hitters in baseball, without a doubt. He's a very powerfully built man.
He's up to 322. Foul back. Boy, Catfish got away with a pitch there. Rice still with an outside shot, Frank, of being the Triple Crown winner. I didn't check the averages. Carews today.
Carews got him about 12 points. It'll be hard to catch Carew.
Pops this one up. That'll stay in the playing field. Jackson's under it. Burleson tagging up, but he's just bluffing. And Jackson's throw, a good one, cut off by Dent. 2 out. Now let's see what Bob Lemon does with Burleson at second, 2 out, and Yastrzemski, the batter.
Here's Jackson's throw. Watch the way he sets himself. Gets the whole shoulder, the body into that throw. Right on line, cut off by Bucky Dent.
Well, looks like they're going to pitch to Yaz. Oh, he had him out in front of an off-speed pitch. Yastrzemski has struck out and walked. 2-1, the Red Sox lead in the top of the 5th, 2 men out.
I would have to think an off-speed pitch would be more or less Yastrzemski's meat now.
Yep.
Reflexes a little slower.
Fouls that one in the upper deck. 2 quick strikes on Yaz. Now Cat can work on him a little bit.
And I'll tell you, when you see Hunter pitching to Yastrzemski, you're looking at 2 great pros. They've been a credit to their teams, a credit to baseball in their careers.
No doubt about that, Frank. Never give anybody any trouble. Just go out there, put the uniform on, play the game the way it should be played. Hard. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cat trying to get Yaz to nibble. Edging all the times Yastrzemski's carried that bat to home plate. Wow. They have his record in the notes. Got him on a bad pitch. You don't see that very often. Big clutch strikeout by Cat. At the end of 4.5, Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
Here's to good friends.
There he goes.
Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, we almost gave up and sent out for pigs. Sorry. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. Well, it's the last party of the summer. I figured I'd shoot the word.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
You know, whenever I have a Yankee, Frank, the taste takes me back to the first big league game I ever went to. I guess I was about your age.
My age, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, and I can still remember how I felt just being there with all my heroes. And I can remember taking a big bite out of a Frank, like you're doing. It was my first taste of baseball.
Like me, Mr. Martin?
Yep, just like you.
Yankee Franks, the taste that takes you out to the ball game.
Wild Asia is a foreign country in the Bronx, a magic forest populated by hulking rhinoceri, mysterious gar, and other exotic creatures who explore, play games, and do everything you probably do too. Unfortunately, you have to stay in a cage. Come to a fantastic jungle in the Bronx, Wild Asia at the Bronx Zoo, where people ride in cages and animals go free.
How nervous I am. Drinking. All right, we go into the bottom of the 5th. Red Sox clinging to a 1-run lead. We have 50 of the Port Authority police here at the ball game. All the fellas that I run into at Newark Airport. Oh, staunch Yankee fans. Here's Willie Randolph. Willie beat out a bunt and scored the Yankee lone run in the 1st inning. Bounced to short in the 3rd. Low ball 1. Torres been in trouble in just about every inning. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning through the first 4. There's the strike, 1-1. Check swing foul, back into the crowd.
And you talk about the crowd, there'll be better than 50,000 here again this afternoon, and the Yankee home attendance will pass the 2 million mark in this ball game today. 3rd year in a row, the Yankees have drawn more than 2 million at home.
Wow. Excitement back in the stadium and the Bronx. Did he hold up? No, he did not swing. They asked the first base umpire, and Ken Kaiser said no. And Torres and Fisk a little upset.
Let's watch it again on the replay, see what you think at home. Nope, you can see right there, he did not break the wrist. The head of the bat came around pretty well across home plate, but he checked up on the wrist. I think that was a good call by Kaiser.
Yeah, his body came around, but not the bat. You're right, Frank. 2-2. Foul out of play. Willie Randolph batting .279. The whole Yankee team started hitting at one time. Low 3-2. He laid off. That's the pitch Torres has been getting his strikeouts on. He has 3 in the game. And he's thrown that pitch on 3-2 a couple of times. Willie bounces one slowly to third. Hobson throws him out. That's the play that had given Hobson a lot of trouble with that bad elbow he has. But he made that one.
We've seen him make a couple of good throws in this series. Either he's had some shots of some kind in that elbow, or else those bone chips have shifted around a little bit, or else he's just gritted his teeth and overcome the pain of it.
Yep. There he is. He's a bear-down ball player. Kind of guy you like to have on your team.
A lot of feeling he should have had the operation perhaps last winter, because he started suffering the bone chip problem last year, really.
Okay, here's Thurman Munson, who is 2 for 2. Single to left center and singled up the middle. Thurman batting .299. Strike one, and Thurman wants the umpire to look at the ball. He does this almost every time at bat. Some pitchers really get upset, as Torres did last time, and then Thurman got a base hit. The Yankee captain. Foul, and Jackson tried to catch it right off his hand, and that hurt. Uh-oh, in the on-deck circle. Looked like Reggie might have got it off his thumb. There he's taking it off, checking it. Nope. Uh-oh. He's showing the thumb. I hope it's not dislocated. That hurt. He tried to catch that hard foul ball, and Gene Monahan looking at it now. Oh, man, that might be trouble. I mean, he just looked at it and said, look at this, and it might be out of shape. Foul ball, no reason for Reggie to try and catch it.
Looked like he might have split his finger, such as a catcher will get.
He had the golf glove on, fortunately. High, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, I'm telling you, as long as you're around baseball, you see something different happen. One out, nobody on. Drive to right center, but Evans is back there and one-hands it. 2 men out. Now let's see if Jackson's going to be able to hit. Red Sox leading 2-1 with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. That's one of the weirdest injuries you'll see in baseball. And if Reggie had been kneeling down, it wouldn't have happened. Still working on that finger. But evidently, Frank, when Reggie took the glove off, he saw it was pretty serious, but he's coming out. He got out of a hospital bed to go up and participate in that important 4-game series in Fenway. Look at the problem he's had putting that glove on. It's very tender.
I have a feeling he split the nail or split the end of the finger. Gene Monahan is there with him again, checking it. We're going to see if he can make a fist, see if he can grip the bat. Of course, for a left-hand hitter, that right hand is so important in pulling that bat through.
Yep, it's more important than the left hand. He needs a towel to dry the glasses off. Nope, his head.
You know, when you get a blow like that, I know it happens to me. You get hurt, you start perspiring. I will. I think Jackson really was in pain from that. Sometimes tends to make you just a little bit nauseous.
Yep. And Reggie is 2 for 2. He's taken a swing, practice swing.
Probably hit one out.
That wouldn't be bad. 2 for 2 for Jackson, batting .282.
See a lot of players come up there when they've had an injury, and they will hit way above their normal average. The reason being they are forced to cut down on their swing because of the injury.
Cut the distance down, but you meet the ball better. All right, 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th, Red Sox lead 2-1. Oh, man, that sure didn't look like it hurt him.
He didn't cut down on the swing, I'll say that.
No way. Pitch was out of the strike zone, but he really went after it. Down low, look at that. And he bounces it foul right to Gene Michael. 2 strikes on Reggie. Both teams scored in the first inning. Red Sox on a 2-run homer by Rice. The Yankees on singles by Randolph, Munson, and Jackson, and that's been it. Oh, that's going to be extra bases. Holy cow, it went into the seat. Holy cow, I never saw a line drive like that. Instead of sinking, the ball took off. And the Yankees have tied it up. And Reggie Jackson, bad finger and all, hit one of the hardest home runs I've ever seen, Frank Messer.
I don't think that ball ever got more than 20 feet off the ground. Watch it again. Let's see where the pitch is, first of all. Pitch is just above the knees and out over the plate. Just a low line drive that will just clear the fence in right field. And now comes Miller time. When you've got the time to celebrate something special, head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
That's got to be the Academy Award of the year. I think he lulled Torres into a sense of security there. Holy cow. Here's Chris Chambliss lined into a double play, struck out. He's got 1-0 on him. Strike 1, 1-1, and the score is tied 2-2.
For you bookkeepers, that is number 23 for Jackson, giving him 84 runs batted in.
Bouncer, but Remy is there. Up over to first. The Yankees are retired, but they tie up the score on Jackson's dramatic homer. And at the end of 5, Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 2.
Perry Duryea on leadership.
For over 3.5 years, we've had a governor who doesn't listen to people, who doesn't trust people, and who just doesn't work well with people. We deserve something better. Working together, we can reduce taxes, bring business and jobs back to New York. We can toughen our crime laws and reinstate the death penalty. New York needs a governor who cares about what you think and who cares about what you want. We need a governor who keeps his word. I will be that kind of governor.
We're waiting for Reggie Jackson to go to right field. If he is able to go to right field, the home run was his 336th career homer, which ties him with Joe Adcock for number 32 on the all-time home run list. Holy cow!
All right.
There he goes. Here comes Reggie.
Listen to this hand.
know, Phil Rizzuto, when Reggie Jackson gets through with baseball, if he doesn't go out of the stage or go into an acting career, we're going to miss one of the all-time greats.
You know, Frank, Bill and I were talking about that. Seems like Reggie, in the big games with the big crowds, does his best.
He really does, and a lot of pros at crowd, the moment, brings out their best. Reggie has a great flair for the dramatic. He has great stage presence. He has great timing.
Yeah, that he does. All right, here is Carlton Fisk, who has struck out and bounced to third.
Plus, he's a great hitter.
That helps. Ball one. We're all tied 2-2 here in the top of the sixth. Fisk struck out, bounced to third, and it's low 2-0.
Right now, to give our network a chance to identify itself, we pause for station identification.
All right, Catfish has shut the door on the Red Sox since the first inning when he gave up the 2 runs. Popped him up. Willie Randolph calls for it. Chambliss gets out of the way, and there's 1 out.
Cat had a good pitch there. He got Fisk right down on the fist. Nothing he could do with that one.
That brings up Jack Brohammer, who lined to center and walked. Red Sox playing without Fred Lynn, who really, leg got worse as the game wore on last night. High fly, shallow center, Mickey Rivers drifting in, and there are 2 away.
Fred Lynn hurt his leg, his ankle actually, the right ankle. He sprained it when he was going after Chris Chambliss' home run in last night's ball game. And as you said, Scooter, it got progressively worse. He showed up at the ballpark today using a cane. They said he could be available for pinch hitting duties during the course of the ball game. And he's on a sort of a day-to-day proposition as far as playing regular again.
All right, Gary Hancock takes the strike. Hancock has an infield single and sacrifice, 1 for 1. 2 men out here in the top of the sixth, a 2-2 ball game. Out of play. 0-2. Strike 3. Caught looking. Catfish 5th strikeout at the end of 5.5. Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 2.
How long do you want your car to last?
Forever. Now, don't laugh. She's already gone over 90,000 miles and without a major engine repair. I try to take good care of her. I give her regular checkups, and the only motor oil I ever use is Quaker State.
Quaker State can't promise everyone mileage like Mr. Miles gets, but Quaker State helps cars last, and that's a fact.
Guess that's why Quaker State's the best-selling motor oil in America.
Here's to good friends.
Here he comes.
Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, we almost gave up and sent out for Pete's. Sorry. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. Well, it's the last party of the summer. I figured I'd shoot the word.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Funny, but I found the best way to cut down on cigarettes was good smoke.
Take a tip from the people who smoke Tiparillo.
It's the kind of taste that Lotars just couldn't give me.
I went from 2.5 packs of regular cigarettes a day to 2, maybe 3 packs of Tiparillos a week. Pretty good, huh?
My husband still enjoys smoking, but now he doesn't smoke as many cigarettes.
Tiparillo. It's a good tip.
Well, we have a 2-2 ball game here at Yankee Stadium as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Crowd, which will go well over 50,000 again today. Hello there. I don't know what he's going to do with that. I'd like to see that thing put into practice. In fact, if he were up here in the booth, he could scratch my back.
There it is. All right, Greg Nettles, line to center and bounce to second. Two-two the score. Greg Nettles now looking at his finger. He saw what Jackson did with a bad finger. And those bugs flying around Nettles and Torrey. They're using the wrong kind of deodorant. That's the deepest part of the ballpark, but Hancock slips, goes back, and makes the catch. And Hancock checking his spikes. He got a break when the ball was hit to dead center and that high.
That is, again, I think he misjudged that ball at first. Recovers from the slip and makes the catch. He made that catch. He was looking over toward Jim Rice.
All right, here's Sweet Lou. He has walked and lined hard to third. 2-2 the score, bottom of the sixth.
It's got to be hard for an outfielder like Hancock, who doesn't play every day, to come into Yankee Stadium with the wide expanse of center field, to know how to play hitters, too. I know, Phil, you've said so many times you lose perspective, really, out there.
Absolutely, Frank. Tough for a rookie. Strike one. Lou likes that pitch down low. He has walked, we told you, line to third. Batting .316. Bugs really bothering Torres out there.
Actually, down in Baltimore one time, a game was stopped because a swarm of gnats or bugs just completely took over the field. The grounds crew came out with bug bombs and sprayed to get them away.
Strike two. 0-2. Full foul. Sun had been out brightly a little while ago. Now back in the shadows again.
Very surprising turn in the weather. I think that caught most people by surprise today.
Especially the weathermen.
Yep.
Or I should say meteorologists. Bouncer to third, Hobson. Fires him out. Two-way.
Doctors of meteorology.
Oh, okay. He's set. Well, you see some blue up there in the sky. Lights are on, as you can see. And the full house at the stadium. And with two out, nobody on, Roy White, who is fly to center and single to right the batter. Low ball one. That is a beautiful sight right there. Look at those people. And enjoying an exciting ball game. First one where the outcome is in doubt. Deep to right center, but Hancock's got a beat on it and makes the catch. Frank Messer will carry you along the next three. At the end of six, Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 2.
There goes Formula One pace setter Jody Scheckter. And there goes the Toyota Celica GT Liftback, official pace car of the Toyota Grand Prix of the U.S. at Watkins Glen, New York, September 29th through October 1st. And you can save $11.50 per person at participating Toyota dealers on admission tickets, reserve seating, and more. But act fast. Supplies limited.
Get your tickets at your Toyota dealers and save.
You got it. Toyota.
Hi, I'm Lou Piniella. Whenever I have a minute, I like to find out what's happening in other sports, so I call Sports Phone. 999-1313. That's 999-1313. It's fast and it's first with news about all sports. Hey, they won! Gotta go now. If you can't get to the game, get to the phone. Sports Phone. 999-1313.
Last night, this guy sent a package by Federal Express. And if it doesn't get there overnight, he's in big trouble. This guy's waiting for the package 2,000 miles away. And if it doesn't get here this morning, he's in bigger trouble. Obviously, these guys have never used Federal Express before. But it's just like everything else. How can you have confidence in something until you try it and find out if it works?
You get it?
I got it.
Got it?
I got it.
Got it.
Got it. Federal Express, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight.
On the scoreboard, the Tigers have knocked Rick Waits out with 2 runs in the 6th inning. Sid Monge in relief for Cleveland. Detroit 5, Cleveland nothing. The Indians batting in the 6th. The rest of the American League is tonight. The Pittsburgh Pirates 5, Montreal nothing at the end of 4 innings. And the St. Louis Cardinals have taken a 2-1 lead over the Cubs at the end of 6½. We go to the 7th, and Butch Hobson takes a strike from Catfish Hunter. Hobson is 0 for 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Cat retired the side in order in the 6th, his first 3-up, 3-down inning of this game. Waste the pitch, 1-2. Hobson has flied to right and grounded out to third. Back up the screen. Yankees 2 runs, 7 hits. The Red Sox 2 runs, 5 hits. There have been no errors in this ball game. Strike 3. The 6th strikeout for Hunter. Cab may be finding his second wind in this one. He has now struck out 3 of the last 5 batters. He's retired 7 men in a row since a single by Burleson in the 5th. This is Dwight Evans. He has struck out and popped up. Looks like Cat has found the groove of the slider. Putting it just where he wants it. And another one. No balls and 2 strikes on Evans. Up high, 1-2. Remarkable comeback by Hunter this year. And that's his 3rd strikeout in a row. He struck out 4 of 6 as you see Evans take a big rip. 2 down here in the 7th inning, a 2-2 ball game. Rick Burleson, the batter. Hunter has now struck out 7. Bucky Dent to his right. Hurries to throw and gets in. 3 up, 3 down. An easy inning for Hunter at the end of 6½. It's the Yankees 2 and Boston 2.
Jeff Bell wants to cut federal tax rates 30%.
Everybody senses that this economy is running at half speed. The Census Bureau recently estimated that 60% of all high school graduates are underemployed. We need to increase the after-tax rewards for work, savings, and investment in this society. We need to put the rungs back on the ladder of the American dream. That's what a deep and permanent tax reduction will do.
California had Proposition 13. New Jersey has Jeff Bell.
When you're all you can, because saving a few seconds may save a few lives. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Watch out, New York. You're gonna see us growing. Moving with the people, moving. Watch 11 come alive. You're gonna see just how good it can see, how good it can be. With 11 alive. You're gonna see just how good it can see, how good it can be. With 11 alive.
Well, one of our younger Yankee fans here, and not too much to get a grip on right there, young man. He'll get some rosin on his hands. He's going to get a grip on that hit. Lucky Dad will lead off as we go to the bottom half of the seventh. Lucky has struck out and walked. Down the left field line, but it's going to be fouled.
That he struck out in the game since August 27, 1976. He struck out 8 August 27, 1976.
Torres with one strike on deck. Foul ball.
That's been Mike's best pitch. I don't know what it is. Looks like it might be a pretty good sinking slider. Frank Duffy grabbed that ball in the Red Sox dugout. Bob Stanley continuing to throw.
All right, Bill, 2 strikes on Bucky. Wasted that one.
Paul Lindblad throwing in the Yankee bullpen.
Two balls and 2 strikes on Bucky.
The wrong guy throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. It was Jim Wright and not Bob Stanley.
I think Bob Stanley's about pitching himself out in that bullpen. They've warmed him up nearly the entire game.
Wright just decided to sit down anyway.
He may have just been getting some work in on his own. 2-2 to Bucky. And he bounces it to third. That's a fair ball. And Hobson throws it away, but he's tagged out. Good play by Yastrzemski. Excellent play by Carl Yastrzemski.
Let's watch it again. The only way Bucky can make this is to slide into first base. There would have been no way Yas could get down. Hobson has been working with a bad right elbow. Throws this ball way up. Yas comes up, comes back down in the baseline. Might have even got dead had he slid. Good play by Carl Yastrzemski.
Mickey Rivers, the batter. Red Sox are playing much more inspired baseball this afternoon than they did last weekend up at Fenway.
It's hard to get inspired when you're down 6-0 after a couple of innings.
That's true. Yes, setting himself there at first for the play. 2 balls and no strikes to Rivers. Quick is 0 for 3. Hit the ball hard his first time. Lined out to the right fielder, Evans. Since then he has popped up and struck out. Hobson plays him in at the cutout portion of the grass. Rivers was taking that pitch all the way, and it's 3-0.
A couple of those ball games in Boston, Frank, as we look at Dick Hauser, the Yankee third base coach, Thurman Munson had batted 3 times before Hobson got a chance at bat.
That's a strike. That's right. Thurman Munson had 3 hits in one game before Hobson came up. Another game, Rivers had gone 3 for 3 before either Hobson or Scott had come up. Three and one on the quick. 1 out. You're not going to smile on that one. 3-2. It caught the inside corner. 3-2 pitch to him. That's a fair ball. And the ball is in play. Rivers digging for second. And he's in standing with a two-bagger. When we say the ball is in play, we're inferring it was not touched by a spectator.
Looked like that ball came off Hobson's glove, Frank. Let's watch it again. Let's see, we'll get that part. We won't see the ball come off the glove of Hobson, but it's clearly a fair ball down the line. And it scoots back out. A fan did not touch it. Kicked back out on the field. Rice is over there. But Rivers went into second base easily. I think the Red Sox wish now that had been called a ball.
All right. Quick is on second with one out. And Torres will be pitching to Willie Randolph. The score is tied 2-2 here at the stadium. The Yankees with a threat trying to take the lead. Randolph is 1 for 3. Laid down a bunt for a base hit in the first inning and came in to score on a base hit by Reggie Jackson. Jackson has knocked in both Yankee runs with a single and a line drive homer. Check swing. Ball one. Willie Randolph has two swollen hands, the result of being hit by a pitch up in Detroit a couple of nights ago. Two balls and no strikes. And again, Torres has Fisk scrambling for some pitches in the dirt.
Mike's thrown a lot of pitches in this ball game, Frank Messer, especially early through the first 4 innings when the Yankees left 4 men on base, actually 6 men on base. And Mike has had to go with his breaking ball lately.
Well, Zimmer's got his bullpen up again, Bill. Now he's got Stanley up out there, getting serious again. Stanley and Bergmeyer. In the air to right field, Rivers will not tag up as it is caught in shallow right by Evans. There are 2 down. Thurman Munson. Thurman is 2 for 3. In the first inning with 1 out, Randolph bunted for a base hit. Bob Levin put the hit and run on, even though Thurman was coming back after missing a couple of ball games with dizzy spells, and Munson lined a base hit into left center, moving Randolph to third, and Willie scored on Jackson's single. Munson singled to center field in the third, flied to right field in the fifth. Thompson throws him out, and that retires the side. A threat but no score. End of 7. Yankees 2, Red Sox 2.
United we fly.
Where might you be going with that? Same place you're going, Father. I'll check it straight through for you. You better hurry right there. It looks like I got about an hour yet, eh?
More like 10 minutes, I'm afraid.
Gonna see you satisfied.
At United, we give you all we've got. Take off to touchdown.
Working together.
We built the largest airline in the free world.
Round you, my friend.
You wouldn't be spoiling me now, would you?
We're gonna try.
Mother friendly skies.
My Joey drives a little faster than I do. But I still want the performance and dependability Joey's been getting from these tires in my tires. So I bought the Advantage, best radial BF Goodrich ever made. Excellent mileage and great ride and handling. Isn't that right, Joey? Right!
The Advantage, from the best line of radials ever made by BF Goodrich.
Get your TA radials at these BF Goodrich retailers.
If you pay your Con Edison bill on time, all the time, you should share our residential deposit policy, because we'll never ask you for a deposit. But if you fall behind, we will ask for the cost of 2 months' average usage. Still not bad, because we give it back with 8% interest after a year with a good payment record. The only deposits we keep longer are from slow payers. That's to protect the good payers. At Con Edison, we're working harder to serve you better.
Well, if you still have your pink coupon from Picture Album Night, you can now redeem it at all at the Yankee Stadium Advance ticket window or by mail. For those of you who were unable to attend Picture Album Night, the books are now available for sale. If you'd like to purchase one of those 8x8-inch pinstriped albums containing 27 full-color, ready-to-frame autographed portraits of the Yankee players and coaches, just send a check or money order for $3 to Photo Album, Yankee Stadium, Bronx, New York, 10451. Frank?
All right, Bill White, we'll go to the 8th inning with Jerry Remy up for Boston against Catfish Hunter. Did he take the bat away? He did. An appeal made down to the third base umpire, Haller, who said it was a ball. Pitch was out of the strike zone, but they were appealing the fact that he might have swung at it on a swinging butt attempt. 1-0 pitch. Nub to Randolph. 1 out. Hunter is now retired 10 men in a row. And he will pitch to Jim Rice, who hit a long home run in the first inning. Rice also has singled and flied out. The home run traveled well over 400 feet into the right center field bleachers. His 41st home run of the year, giving him 127 runs batted in. Strike one. Never forget, Bill White, the first season you saw Jim Rice, you predicted he would be an outstanding hitter because of the compact swing that he has, the power he can generate with it.
He's a good hitter. He's going to get better. That's what's got to scare a lot of pitchers.
Pops this one up. Thurman Munson's looking for the ball, calling for it right near the plate, and makes the catch in fair territory.
Here it is again. Ball right there. Rice gets under just a little bit. Didn't get the top hand over. Munson calling for the ball, and it'll fade right in front of the plate in fair territory. Easy catch for the veteran Thurman Munson.
2 down. And Carl Yastrzemski struck out twice, walked once.
A guy like this, Frank, always scares you in a situation like this. He's won so many ball games for the Red Sox.
He takes the ball high and away. Two class people opposing each other, Hunter and Yastrzemski. 2 ball, no strike count. Look at Reggie out in right field. He's back about as far as he can go. He's right back to the warning track.
Hunter's keeping that ball away from Yaz, too, and down. Got that one up.
That's in for the base hit. Jackson plays it on 1 bounce, and Yaz is on. That breaks the string. Hunter had retired 11 straight men between the single by Burleson leading off the 5th and this 2-out single by Yaz here in the 8th. Go-ahead run is on base with 2 away, and Carlton Fisk will be the hitter. Fisk has struck out, grounded out, and popped up.
Like Fisk might have hurt his side with that swing.
He has that bad rib situation. He may have pulled out, and he certainly showed pain. He's been playing with a fractured rib for some time now. Ball and a strike. Got him popped up. Greg Nettles is calling for it near the line. And that retires the side. At the end of 7.5, it's still New York 2 and Boston 2.
Oh, doesn't anybody give you your money's worth these days?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla two-door sedan, Toyota's lowest priced car. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't, because Toyotas are built with the economy and reliability you're asking for. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'm getting my money's worth.
More.
Ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
When you farm your own land, the work never ends. But you do it with pride and all the strength you can muster. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. Beer after beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer.
My broker says, in the long run, that kind of investment could be a good idea. What's your broker say?
Well, my broker is E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says,
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Reggie Jackson will lead off for the Yankees. Reggie is 3 for 3, and he's driven in both runs, a pair of singles, and a home run. In the 5th inning, with Munson batting, a foul came back toward the on-deck circle. Jackson stabbed at it, and it appeared that it might have split the thumb on his right hand. He was tended by the trainer and then came out and lined a home run over the right field fence. Fouled it back, strike one. Jackson singled in a run in the 1st inning, singled in the 3rd, and then homered in the 5th. No balls and a strike on Jackson. We're tied 2-2 here in the 8th. In the air to left field. Jim Rice should have it. And Jackson is retired for the first time this afternoon, one away. Now Torres will be pitching to Chris Chambliss. Chris is 0 for 3. He's lined into a double play, struck out, and grounded out to second. The Yankees came within about 2 inches of having a big inning with the 1st inning. Chris hit a line drive that Remy caught shoe top high and turned into a double play. Breaking ball missed down low. Two balls and no strikes. Bob Lemon, Pete Sheehy to your right on the screen. 52 years in charge at the Yankee clubhouse here at the stadium. 2 balls and a strike. Just outside, 3-1. Yogi Berra, member of the Hall of Fame. Just one of many Hall of Famers that Pete Sheehy has taken care of over the years here at Yankee Stadium. Chambliss walks. That is the 3rd walk issued by Torres. Greg Nettles, the batter. Greg is 0 for 3. Line to center, grounded to second, and fly to center. Torres stays with a breaking ball and comes in low, ball 1. We're tied 2-2 here at Yankee Stadium in the 8th inning. 1 out, 1 on. Popped it up foul. That'll be out of play. Bill White with me here in the booth, and sometimes the player will swing down there, and I can hear Bill just a little bit of a grunt. Bill, you know that the man has just barely missed it.
Well, that, you know, when a guy throws your pitch and you see it, Nettles lights that ball up just a little bit away. He got that ball up there in his wheelhouse and just missed it.
Two balls and a strike.
Torres trying to do what the players call go up the ladder with Nettles. He swings it one high and fouls it off. You go up just a little bit more in the same spot. Just keep going up with it. Hoping for the pop-up.
And he drills the fastball into right. Base hit. Chambliss will go to third. Evans throw over there and not in time. Back to second. Save.
Well, Chambliss gambling. Chris does not normally gamble, especially when you've got a guy like Dwight Evans out in right field. Here it is again. Evans has to play fairly deep for Nettles. But he comes in here, plays the ball well, makes a strong throw, but it's off the bag down the third baseline. Hobson has to go back to second base. Nettles really hustling, dives it on the backside. Well, the Yankees have runners at second and third now with just one out, and Don Zimmer's coming out. And Zimmer might want Bob Stanley. Stanley's been warming up in the bullpen for the Red Sox for about 5 minutes. Well, Zim's out there talking. He either wants to... Looks like he's going to stay with Torres. Like he just went out and asked Mike if he were all right. Mike said yes. Zimmer goes back to the dugout.
All right, Bill. Runners at second and third, one out. And Piniella, the batter, and they'll pull the infield in. The Yankees have gone over the 2 million mark for the 3rd straight year here at Yankee Stadium, with a paid attendance this afternoon of 55,091. 55,091 paid. Piniella is 0 for 2. The infield is in. Cowser, a word to Chambliss at third. Check swing foul. Strike one. The score is tied 2-2. The Yankees. Big chance to untie it here, thanks to the gambling of Chambliss. Going from first to third on Nettles' base hit to right, and Nettles seeing Chambliss keep going. Raced on to second on the throw. And that will not score a run as Burleson throws out Piniella to down. It's up to Roy White, and they'll put him on. They'll put White on and pitch to Dent. Playing the percentages, they will pitch to the right hand hitting Dent. Nope, they'll pitch to the left hand hitting Spencer. The walk to Roy White will take the bat out of Bucky Dent's hand and give it to Jim Spencer. There's Spencer loosening up in the dugout. He will bat for Dent. Fourth walk issued by Torres. This one intentional to load the bases. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th inning. Spencer batting for Bucky Dent. Spencer is hitting .232, 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Fisk out there with Torres. Yastrzemski had been over at the mound. I don't know why they're playing for time here. If they want a relief pitcher, he certainly had plenty of time to warm up. Stanley's been throwing for 8 innings in the bullpen. Zimmer got a sign from the bullpen that they are ready out there if he wants to change pitchers.
They haven't seen Spencer in so long, Frank. They want to find out where to set up for him, especially around the infield. Remy looks like he's going to play Spencer to pull. Of course, Spencer basically a left-handed pull hitter, low fastball hitter.
Spencer has done a good job pinch hitting this year. 7 for 21, including a home run and 9 runs batted in as a pinch hitter. So Spencer's up with the bases loaded and 2 out. Of all the first basemen who have ever played in the major leagues, Jim Spencer holds the best fielding percentage in Major League Baseball history. The first baseman who have played 1,000 games or more. Ball 1. Chris Chambliss representing the go-ahead run at third base. Greg Nettles is at second. And Roy White is at first. There are 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Good play by Fisk. Fisk had to block that one. Well, the Yankees would have taken the lead. Here it is again.
Fisk has had his work cut out for him all afternoon, Frank, and if we look at Zimmer, John Zimmer, he's doing an excellent job of blocking the ball.
A strike, and it's 2-1. Torres, who has lost his last 3 starts. Got him to hit it in the air, and Jim Rice will set up under it. The Yankees leave the bases loaded at the end of 8. It's Boston 2 and New York 2.
Who's got a darn good meal? Who's got the Whopper meal? A Whopper, fries, and Coke.
It's the Whopper meal at Burger King. It's our Whopper, crispy French fries and an ice-cold Coke.
Have our one and only Whopper with French fries and a Coke.
It's a darn good meal.
Delicious. That doesn't leave
Who's got a darn good meal? Who's got the Whopper meal? Burger King and I.
Hey guys, Grandma's got a surprise for you. There's a whole batch of them. How many are there?
12. Come on, and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, and have a Pepsi day. The laughter of a world at play. Memories of a Pepsi day. Come on, and have a Pepsi day.
A college education should include music appreciation.
Well, Toronto Blue Jays will be here at the stadium on Tuesday through Thursday, the 26th, 27th, 28th of this month. Then the Yankees close out the season hosting the Cleveland Indians the weekend of the 29th. Those games are Friday night, the 29th, Saturday afternoon, the 30th. That's also Fan Appreciation Day. And the final game of the season on Sunday afternoon, October 1st. You better get your tickets now for the rest of the year. Fred Stanley in to play shortstop for Bucky down here in the ninth inning. Looking at the scoreboard, Detroit 5, Cleveland 1 at the end of 8. Other action tonight. Toronto playing at Baltimore, California at Kansas City, Minnesota at Milwaukee, Oakland at Texas, Chicago at Seattle. In the National League, the Pirates are really trouncing Montreal 8-0 at the end of 6. St. Louis 3, the Cubs 1 at the end of 8 innings of play. Cincinnati 1, the Giants 0 after 1.5, and the other National League action tonight. Frank?
All right, Bill. Jack Brohammer leads it off. Ball 1. Brohammer is 0 for 2. He has flied twice to Rivers and walked. There's our Yankee telecast schedule upcoming. High foul will be out of play. All the action tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Jim Beattie will go against Dennis Eckersley. We're tied 2-2 here in the ninth. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Catfish Hunter has struck out 7 and walked only 2. 3-1 as he is behind on Brohammer. On deck hitter is Rick Burleson. Check that, is Gary Hancock. Gary Hancock on deck. And he walked him. Brohammer draws a walk. The second time Brohammer has walked, the third time Hunter has passed a man. And Gary Hancock, they'll get a runner down at first base for Brohammer. Frank Duffy will run for Brohammer.
Attention, please.
Also, the Yankees are going to get their bullpen busy.
Running for Brohammer, number 17, Frank.
There's Sparky Lyle and Goose Gossage. Sparky and the Goose. Gary Hancock up there to bunt. To Chambliss. Gets him at second for 1. Back to first, safe. Chambliss to Stanley. They force Duffy and get the lead man.
Good play by Chambliss, Frank. He had to hold the runner there and release, and Chris released early. Came on a difficult play for a right-handed throwing first baseman. He spun around, threw a perfect throw down to second. Watch it here. Chris gets a good jump. Ball's bunted. That's not too bad a bunt there. Chris is right there. Turns around, takes his time, throws a strike down to Fred Stanley, and they force the runner at second base.
That is a big play. And now Butch Hobson, who is 0 for 3. Flat out, grounded out, and struck out. Hunter struck him out in the 7th inning. Foul back. The 7 strikeouts in this game for Jim Hunter are the most men he has struck out in the ball game in 2 years. Have to go back to mid-August of 1976. For the last time, Hunter had struck out as many as 7 men in a ball game. ball, 2 strikes. Score is tied, 2-2. Strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Hunter.
Looks like they're going to call Evans back as we watch that slider on the outside part of the plate. Dwight Evans being called back now by Don Zimmer. And they're going to send Fred Lynn up. Lynn had hurt his ankle chasing that long drive, the home run off the bat of Chris Chambliss last night, right into the wall, and did not start this ball game, so he'll bat for Dwight Evans.
Well, there he is, sprained right ankle and all. They want to try to take advantage of the short porch at right, hoping Lynn might hit one out.
Of course, Evans has struck out twice and popped up. Frank Dwight obviously is still having trouble picking up the baseball, not only batting but also in the field.
Lynn is a .290 hitter with 21 home runs. You can see him limping as he goes up. Sprained the right ankle, as Bill told you, chasing Chambliss' home run last night. Hit the center field wall and injured the ankle. He came to the ballpark with the aid of a cane today. Ball 1. Two balls and no strikes. Zimmer has had not much luck with pinch hitters this year. They've had 40 at-bats with only 7 hits, 6 singles and 1 double, a 175 pinch hitting average. Ball 3. Think about sending Lynn up there to pinch hit. I'd turn him loose on 3-0, wouldn't you, Bill?
Might as well.
Nope, he's taking 3-1. And he walks. I'm sure they'll send a runner down there to first base for him. He's skipping as he goes down, and they'll send George Scott in to run for him. So the Red Sox have runners at first and second. Bob Lemon is out at the mound. Gives Hunter a vote of confidence with a pat on the backside. And Cat will pitch to Rick Burleson.
So that means Scott will stay in the ball game and play first base, and Yastrzemski will go out to left field.
Move Rice over to right field.
Or maybe Yaz will go to, well, I don't know. It depends on what Zimmer wants to do. I don't think Yaz has played much right field.
I think they'll put Rice in right and put Yaz in left. Pitch up high, ball 1 to Burleson. There are 2 on. Yogi Berra's on the phone with the defensive alignment. That's a strike, 1-1. Out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Score is tied 2-2 here in the 9th inning. 2 outs and 2 on. Scott at first. And Hancock at second.
Listen to those fans. They're really behind the Yankees.
Out of play again. High fly ball to left. Piniella will be there. And the slide is retired at the end of 8.5. It's still New York 2 and Boston
2. You work the docks. The ships are too big, the loads are too heavy, and the days are too long. But every day you do it, and another ship with a full belly heads out for sea, and you head in for Miller time. Time to relax with the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
Well, the Yankees are now accepting mail orders for tickets for the last 3 games of the American League Championship Series. Only box and reserve seats may be ordered now. Sale of bleacher seats will take place later. If the Yankees win the Eastern Division, Yankee Stadium will be the site of the 3rd game, Friday, October 6th, game time 3:30. The 4th and 5th playoff games, if necessary, will be played there Saturday and Sunday nights at 8:30. Tickets must be ordered in strips which include all 3 games. Each order is limited to 4 strips. Prices are $36 per strip for boxes and $24 per strip for reserves. All orders must include an additional $2 per order for postage and handling. Only certified checks, treasurer's checks, and money orders can be accepted. Checks should be made payable to New York Yankees and mailed to New York Yankees Playoff, Yankee Stadium, Bronx, New York 10451. Refunds will be made in accordance with instructions on the tickets for any games not played. Let's look now at the changes. There's George Scott, who stays in the ballgame and plays first base. Carl Yastrzemski moves from first base to left field, and moving from left field to right field, Jim Rice. Yankees batting top of the batting order here in the ninth, Frank Messer.
All right, Bill, it'll be Mickey Rivers, Willie Randolph, and Thurman Munson. Mike Torres, like others, pitched a strong game. Rivers doubled his last time up. Prior to that, he had lined to right, popped to short, and struck out. Strike 2. Torres knows, as Yankee fans know, that Rivers is the man the Yankees want on to make something happen here in the 9th inning. He's got him down 2 strikes. Foul back. Torres has allowed 9 hits, including a Reggie Jackson homer. Out into deep left field. It's going to be over Yaz's head and all the way to the wall. Rivers double clutching, turning it out around second. Watch him go.
Frank, the Red Sox simply have Yastrzemski playing too close in left field here. No way Carl can get to the ball. See how far? He was almost behind shortstop. Normally that ball should be caught. Hancock picks it up, and no way they're going to get Rivers. He turns into third base with a stand-up triple.
I can't understand the defense. That ball's got to be caught, especially in the 9th inning with a tie ball game.
Well, they had Yaz playing very shallow. Now they got to bring everybody in now. They're going to pitch to Willie Randolph. Yankee fans on their feet here. They've got to bring the infield in and the outfield in if they want to pitch to Randolph. They stay back now and catch a long fly ball. It won't make any difference. Playing awfully shallow in the 9th inning for Mickey Rivers.
I think you'd have to concede a ball dropping in front of you rather than concede one going over your head. Randolph. Rivers at third. Everybody in. Check swing. It's a ball. Rivers at third with his 8th triple of the year. You see the defense. They got to bring everybody in. The infield is tight. The outfield is shallow. Strike. It's 1-1. Glance into the Yankee dugout from our first base camera. 1-1 on Willie Randolph. Strike 2. Good pitch from Torres. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right at the shortstop. And Rivers has to hold. There's one away. Burleson. Zippy had a magnet in his glove, attracting that smash. They'll have to play the same way now for Munson as they did for Randolph, with everybody in. Cleveland singled his first 2 times up. Since then, he has flied out and grounded out.
You don't often see teams play one man at a time, Frank. Normally, a situation like this, they'll load the bases up. Try for, of course, a double play, maybe a 6-2 to 3 double play or a 1-2-3 double play. But they're going to play it one at a time, evidently.
Ball 1. Well, the Master, I guess they'd rather have Torres pitching to Munson than have Bergmeyer pitching to Chambliss. What it would amount to if they walked Munson and Jackson. Bouncer to third, foul ball. Rivers broke. And now to give our network a chance to identify itself, we pause for station identification. One ball, 1 strike on Munson. 2-2 ball game, bottom half of the 9th. Rivers at third, 1 out. Here comes Rivers on the squeeze, and Munson fouled it. Foul ball.
Here it is again. Ball is down low. Munson chokes up there and fouls the ball straight down. Stays in front of Fisk, and Rivers probably thinks that the ball might have been missed, and you saw Fisk simply trying to hold Rivers there and not allow him to flip over. And Carlton unfortunately got his helmet kicked off. Trying to be a nice guy.
1-2 on Munson.
Got to turn around and square on that squeeze, Frank. You got to turn around and square and make sure you get the ball down. A little bit hard to just try to drag it.
Munson tried a slap on there.
Yeah, got to give yourself up on the suicide squeeze.
Big pitch here for Torres. 1-2 on Munson. And that's going to do it. That'll be a catch. Rivers tags, and he'll score. Price made the catch. It'll be a sacrifice fly. Run got it in. Yankees mob Munson down behind first base. Rivers is the one they ought to be shaking hands with. He got it started, slapping the ball over Yaz's head. Munson, though, got him in with 2 strikes on him and an out. and the Yankees win the ball game 3-2 and take a 3.5 game lead over the Boston Red Sox. I think these fans here are emotionally drained, as we are, after the first 2 games of this series following the weekend up in Boston last weekend. And the great success story in 1978, one of the greatest success stories, one of the greatest come-from-behind stories in sports, has had another chapter written here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon, as the Yankees have won their 6th straight game from the Boston Red Sox. The final score 3-2.
Yankee Stadium. Bill White for Frank Messer, Phil Rizzuto saying so long. Thanks for tuning in. Our next Yankee telecast will be tomorrow afternoon at 2 from Yankee Stadium. The Yankees once again will play the Boston Red Sox. Participating advertisers were the Miller Brewing Company, Brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Toyota, it's great to be a Yankee, and it's great to be the official car of the Yankees. Now's the time to get more than your money's worth at your local Toyota dealers. Manufacturers Hanover works banking the way you want it to be. Burger King, where you get the best darn burgers, always flame-broiled and juicy. And the New York Yankees.
Thank you, Fran. There are only 4 afternoon games in the major leagues today. The other American League afternoon game in Cleveland, the Detroit Tigers are leading the Indians 10-1. That's the end of 8.5. Wilcox was the starter for Detroit. John Hiller is now on in relief. Rick Waite started for Cleveland. Dan Spillner is now in. He is the 4th pitcher used by the Indians today. Pruitt hit his 5th home run in the 9th inning with nobody aboard for Cleveland. The Indians are still batting. In the National League, at the end of 7 innings, it's Pittsburgh 12, Montreal 2. Ross Grimsley was the starter for Montreal. Stan Bonson came on in the 4th. James is now on in relief. Don Robinson is on the mound for the Pirates. Tony Perez hit his 13th home run of the year in the 7th inning with 1 man aboard to account for the 2 expo runs. And a final from Wrigley Field. It was St. Louis 4, the Cubs 1, so the Cardinals have now defeated the Cubs twice all season. John Denny got the win. He's now 12-11. George Hendrick had his 20th home run of the year in the 9th inning with nobody aboard for the Cardinals. The losing pitcher was Dennis Lamp. He's 7-14. Mark Littell picked up his 11th save of the year in that game. And out on the West Coast, Cincinnati is at San Francisco, and at the end of an inning and a half, it's the Reds 1, the Giants nothing. Tom Hume with 6-11 facing John Montefusco, who is 11-7 in that game. I'll be back with a look at tonight's schedule right after this.
Jackie Stewart, winner of more Formula One Grand Prix automobile races than any driver in history.
Formula One racing can be incredibly expensive. Even tires and fuel don't come cheaply. Of course, in racing, the price of fuel is not much of a consideration. But when you're driving down the highway in a car that doesn't deliver such terrific gas mileage, and you've got to use premium gasoline in that car, well, then the price of gasoline should be a consideration. Paying premium prices for premium gasoline is not something I'd care to do. Not when there's a premium that sells for less than most other major premiums. Getty Premium. Getty offers quality premium gasoline without the premium price. That means you can get the power your car demands and pay less for it. So remember, when you fill up next time, fill up with Getty Premium. The premium that gives you more miles for your money.
Tonight in the American League, the Toronto Blue Jays will be in Baltimore. Minnesota will be at Milwaukee. That's a big game for the Yankees to keep an eye on because Milwaukee, going into today's action, is only 5 games behind the Yankees. California will be at Kansas City. The Royals now hold a 4.5 game edge over the Angels in the Western Division, so that's also a big game in that race. Oakland will be at Texas and Chicago at Seattle. In the National League, the Mets will be at Philadelphia, with Pittsburgh winning. If they hold on to that lead, that will cut the Phillies' lead to just 2.5 games over the Pirates, depending on what happens tonight in Philadelphia. Atlanta is at Los Angeles. The Dodgers have just about wrapped up the Western Division in the National League. They have an 8.5 game lead over the Reds and a 9 game lead over the Giants. And Houston will be at San Diego. Here at the stadium this afternoon, the Yankees, coming up with a run in the bottom of the ninth, edged the Red Sox 3-2 to open their lead up over the Red Sox to 3.5 games in the Eastern Division. Frank Messer will have all the details for you next on the Yankee Wrap-Up Show.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show is sponsored by the Lincoln Savings Bank and by Magnavox. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Frank Messer on the Yankee Wrap-Up, and again this afternoon here at Yankee Stadium, the New York Yankees continued their domination of the Boston Red Sox, winning their 6th consecutive ball game from Boston over the past 2 weekends, and the Yankees thus increased their lead in the Eastern Division of the American League to 3.5 games. This afternoon's game was not cut of the same mold as the first 5 in this double weekend series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Red Sox scored first in this one. It was the Yankees who had to come from behind and won the ball game on a triple by Mickey Rivers and a sacrifice fly by Thurman Munson in the bottom half of the 9th inning. A crowd here at Yankee Stadium of 55,091, I'm sure, left the ballpark and are still leaving the ballpark just emotionally drained from an outstanding, excellent ball game on both sides. I'll be back with details of the game, the scoring plays, and other items right after this. It's trade-in for touch-tune time at your Magnavox dealer. Now get big savings when you trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television. The TV that lets you tune with the precision of a computer and the ease of a push-button telephone. What's more, you can get a free official 1978 National Football League record manual for just touching a Magnavox touch-tune color television. That's right. Just touch a touch-tune, and your Magnavox dealer will give you, absolutely free, the official NFL record manual, complete with all the records and statistics of the NFL. You'll have all the NFL information at your fingertips, all the scores, the draft choices, the all-time records, the regular season schedule, even a special Magnavox NFL television guide, and much, much more. So save big during trade-in for touch-tune time. Trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television and get the free NFL record manual for just touching a touch-tune. Now during trade-in for touch-tune time at your local participating Magnavox dealer through October 1st. In the ballgame this afternoon, it was Catfish Hunter pitching for the New York Yankees, Mike Torres for the Boston Red Sox. Hunter having to miss a turn after being taken out of a ball game in Boston last weekend with a pulled groin muscle in his right leg. But Cat came back. He had a rough first inning. The Red Sox scored their 2 runs in the first inning, but they were not to score the rest of the way. With 1 out, Jerry Remy singled to left field. He stole second. The stolen base didn't mean anything because Jim Rice powered a home run well over 400 feet into the right center field bleachers. For Rice, the most fearsome hitter in the major leagues this year, it was his 41st home run, giving him 127 runs batted in. It was also the first time that Rice has damaged the Yankees at all in the 6 games. He did not bat in a run in Boston in the 4 games last weekend, and he did not have a run batted in or a base hit last night. But he drove in 2, and the Red Sox had a 2-0 lead. The Yankees got 1 run back in the bottom half of the first and also almost had a big inning. After Mickey Rivers lined hard to right fielder Dwight Evans, Woody Randolph laid a bunt down the third base line and beat it out without a throw being made by Butch Hobson. Thurman Munson then singled, moving Randolph to third. Bob Lemon had flashed the hit and run, even though Munson had not played in a couple of days because of the headaches and dizzy spells. Lem figured that Munson could slap the ball his first time up, and slap it he did, right over the head of the shortstop, Burleson, into left center field, putting runners at first and third. Reggie Jackson then drilled a single to center field, getting Randolph home, and moving Munson to third. It looked like the Yankees would have a big inning when Chris Chambliss hit a line drive that was caught by Jerry Remy off his shoe tops. The second baseman flipped over to first. They doubled Jackson off the bag, and that ended the threat there. The Yankees tied the ball game in the 5th on a 2-out home run by Reggie Jackson, a very dramatic home run. Reggie had singled his first 2 times up. He was in the on-deck circle when Thurman Munson fouled the ball back toward him. Reggie reached out with his right hand to slap at the foul ball. It appeared to hit him off the end of his right thumb. I thought that he might have split his thumb, and he may have, because he was tended by trainer Gene Monahan in the dugout. But then, after very carefully putting on his batting glove, he stepped in at home plate and lined a home run just over the right field fence. That was Jackson's 23rd home run of the season, giving him 84 runs batted in on the year, and it tied the ball game up. The game stayed tied until the 9th. And I'll be back with the story on the 9th inning right after this.
Here's some very bad news for people who rob mailboxes. And some great news for people who get Social Security, railroad retirement, or civil service annuity checks. Thousands of retired folks will never again worry about checks being late or lost or stolen. They just filled out a simple form at the Lincoln Savings Bank, and now Uncle Sam automatically deposits their checks directly in their accounts at the Lincoln every month. No more waiting around for it to come. No more lost or stolen checks. No more standing in line to cash them. Every month, the day your check is due, the money is there in your free checking account at the Lincoln or in your savings account, earning interest for you from the day it was due until the day you withdraw it. Interest that can really add up. Uncle Sam and the Lincoln do it all automatically. You don't have to do anything except fill out one form at any Lincoln branch or telephone 782-6000 and the Lincoln will mail it to you. The Lincoln Savings Bank, 782-6000, member FDIC.
The Yankees won the ball game in the bottom half of the 9th inning. I could not understand the Red Sox defense of Yastrzemski shallow in left field. Yastrzemski had moved from first base into left field due to the pinch hitting efforts of Freddie Lynn for Dwight Evans in the top half of the inning. At occasion to shift, Scott, who ran for Lynn, came on to play first base. Yaz went to left. They moved Rice over to right field. Yastrzemski had been set up very, very shallow in left field against Mickey Rivers, and Rivers hit a fly ball over his head and legged it out for a triple, opening up the 9th. I can see conceding the base hit, but not the extra base hit. Nonetheless, the Red Sox gambled. I guess it did not pay off because Rivers hit it over Yastrzemski's head for a triple. The Red Sox had to bring the infield and the outfield in. They elected to play it one hitter at a time rather than load the bases up and go for the force play around or the double play or whatever. Willie Randolph routed out to the shortstop Burleson. For a moment, the strategy looked good. Then they pitched to Thurman Munson, and he had a fly ball to right field that was caught by Jim Rice, moving back into his right, but to no avail as Mickey Rivers tagged up and came in to score the winning run. So the Yankees had a 3-2 win. Let's talk for just a moment about the pitching of Catfish Hunter, who won his 10th game and pitched his 4th complete game of the year. Hunter struck out 8 men, the first time he had struck out as many as 8 men in over 2 years. It had to go back to mid-August of 1976 to find a game where the Cat had struck out as many as 7 men, let alone 8. He ended 4 innings with strikeouts. He struck out Yastrzemski and Fisk after Rice's home run in the first. He also squelched a possible Red Sox rally in the 5th when he struck out Yastrzemski again. He struck out Hancock to end the 6th inning. Started off the 7th with a pair of strikeouts. In fact, at one stretch of the game, he struck out 4 of 6 men that he faced. In the 9th inning, Cat gave up a couple of walks and little tenseness on either side, but he struck out Butch Hobson, and he got Rick Burleson on a fly ball to end that threat. So Hunter picks up the win. His record is now 10-5. Mike Torres, who allowed the Yankees 10 hits, was the loser. His record is now 15-11. And Torres' record now this year against the Yankees, 1 win and 3 losses. The totals on the ball game: New York 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 10 left. Boston 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, with 8 men left. Hunter the winner all the way, Torres the loser. He went the distance. And now for our Magnavox Star of the Game Awards. And for this afternoon's ball game, we nominate Jim Catfish Hunter as a star of the game for Magnavox, and our other award will go to Reggie Jackson, who drove in a run in the first inning with a single and tied the ball game up in the 5th with his 23rd home run of the year, which places him in a tie for 32nd, or puts him in 32nd spot, rather, on the all-time home run list. Tomorrow afternoon, with the Yankees leading by 3.5 games, it'll be Jim Beattie against Dennis Eckersley at 2 o'clock. We'll have the pregame show at 1:45. Again, the final score this afternoon: the Yankees with a run in the bottom half of the 9th inning. The Yankees 3, the Red Sox 2. I'm Frank Musser. Good afternoon from Yankee Stadium in New York. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show has been sponsored by Magnavox and by the Lincoln Savings Bank.
The News Watch never stops. This is WINS. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
It's 5:21. I'm Paul Smith. Here's what's happening. The summit at Camp David will end tomorrow. Several people are hurt as terrorist bombs explode in Jerusalem. Americans' utility bills increased by $13 billion. Experiments to begin using marijuana drops to combat glaucoma. Indian leader Russell Means is stabbed in prison in South Dakota. The Yankees beat the Red Sox this afternoon 3-2, and they're now 3.5 games ahead. Partly cloudy, the high 81. In a moment, the summit will be over soon.